Concentrate. 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 Concentrate.
There's nothing to fear. Your salvation has come. Do not resist. There's nothing to fear. Just look into the light.
Oh, whoa. Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome on into stream. You know, I'm just waiting for that one moment that a certain being comes in and just breaks the pipes on me, but I keep forgetting that he kind of disappeared on me after a week ago and just like never came back. I'll have to see if he's still around, but other than that. Also, Friday the 13th, gonna be freaky, especially because we might see something horror related in tonight's stream.
The pipes are broken! Oh, ow, oh, getting dizzy, blacking out, oh, jeez, oh!
I was waiting for somebody to be on that when the one person wasn't around. But yes, I'll do Sour Jelly Bean before we get started, but let me go ahead and share what's going on with you guys. We did a lot for Not For Broadcast Timeloop last week. I'm going back in again. There is a second part to all of this. So I cannot wait to show you guys what that is all about. But let's see who we have in the chat. If you like a name called out, please shout yourselves out. Otherwise, shout out to the lurkers. We have got Pat. Thank you for naming first. We also had Racing Fan. Hello. We also had Kichi as well. How are you doing? Xylanth. How are you? And shout out to lurkers in chat. You guys are absolutely amazing for stopping on by and showing that support. And now for that Sour Jelly Bean that Racing Fan has redeemed. And of course, the kids decide to be needy. I can't be there for them. Because the parents are already there. Anyways, red sour jelly bean in 3, 2, 1. Mmm. Mmm. That kind of hit me in the taste buds right there. Oh, yeah. Today I actually got some new toys. Yesterday, Blackout actually promised me a donation and a warhead. Hopefully he gets to it in time. I know he's not going to do it tonight because obviously things. But when that happens, prepare for this blueberry to have a warhead on stream. And see how long he lasts. So last time we were in the time loop, we were introduced to the Happiness Collective, Dr. Magnus and his assistant Chester. Now, when we were also introduced to Dr. Magnus, he kept repeating a specific combination that was so vague we didn't even know his life story. We were so introduced to him that unfortunately, he jumped right into his life story without even explaining the full details. Now, the worrying thing about this is that he also brought in his Euphoria device, which apparently was supposed to make people happier. But in reality, it kind of caused us to get stuck in sort of a time loop. With these loops, Bozeman and I managed to do a couple of ideas to try and stop the show from happening. When all of them fail, we decide instead, let's help Dr. Magnus. Try to figure out what is going on that is making a emotionless man so emotionless. And we found out a couple of things that gave us hints about the combination, as well as we figured out that Chester has kind of almost spoiled the mysterious her in Dr. Magnus's life. To the point where Magnus himself almost got flustered on camera. So apparently, there's a secret love life that Magnus holds dear to himself, and unfortunately, I don't know why, this might have been the prime cause for his unhappiness, that he was not able to confess his love to her. So my hope for this last part of the time loop is that we go into this, final part of the time loop. We go in, we check out what this relay device is, and whatever it does, we do anything we can to find out who this mysterious her is and see if we can bring her on to the Night of Smiles. So, with that said, let's jump right in. Who's ready for some time loop shenaniganry in the broadcast room? Also, yes, it is Friday the 13th, so happy 13th to those of you that care. Yeah. Ever since you made advances on me. I've been meaning to cover one of the Not for Broadcast songs. Yes, Jason Voorhees' birthday. Of course. Those of you that have seen the Friday the 13th series as well as the Friday the 13th many video games, you'll understand.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm
I remember...
Our main headlines tonight.
I remember when I was a Disney kid, and one of the channels that I used to watch on the regular when I was a kid was Toon Disney. I still remember those times when they brought on Gargoyles on a Marathon for our Friday the 13th specials, ignoring everything about their movie nights and just going ham on Gargoyles. It was like, I respect those that absolutely loved that show back in the day, but me, I just wanted to see Toons at the time. I was like, not really focused. Anyways,
to every single one of
So we're back to this. There are numerous scientific theories as to how time travel can be discovered, none of them which involve FMV games yet.
Well, I think we've done it, Winston. From here, I think we can work it out. Time to get that lock open. Then we can fix that machine and solve this whole time loop conundrum once and for all. And of course, if you're getting really stuck, select any of the red headings, and I'll have a go.
I don't even need to bother since we can just go right to the solutions. 83 and 29, given that he uses. Oh wait, maybe not 29. Yeah, it's 28 because he ignores helium. I forget. Date just so happens to be his birthday, but the age 22 untimely demise of his father makes the tragic marriage 5 years later. Cat was age 6. He's had 2 conversations with his dad, and the exact time his mother left. And I'm gonna show you exactly my thinking for this. I started with 7:43 on the spot, but then had to switch because 12-hour format could also be a thing. So I switched to 1943 and got this right. Now let's see what Bozeman has to say about this relay.
Okay, Alex, we did it. What a good little stooge you make. Now, as I said before, the instructions say the core workings of the relay machine all revolve around the wire sets. Apparently, there are 2 sets, one group of 3 on the left and one group of 4 on the right. Let me just read you the instructions here. To change the output function, take one wire from the left-hand variant number group and swap it to the right-hand departmental register group. Attention! Do not, under any circumstances, swap wires in the same group. The relay device has a very specific configuration, and deviating from the instruction provided in this handbook could result in unintended, disastrous consequences. Noted. Well, that seems clear enough. Try picking up one of the wires now, Alex.
I think I know the specific order I'm going, and I know exactly how I'm doing it. I'm going to go left to right from both sides. So my first switch is going to be 1 and this TV symbol here. So 1.
Now connect that wire to a different wire in the other group.
We're going to switch to the TV.
Not to worry, that's perfectly normal, it says here. Apparently, once 2 wires have been swapped and the input is set, the glass panel will slide shut to prevent unintended exponential cascade failures. Sounds like it's probably a wise safety measure. I guess hit the big button and see if we fixed it?
So it looks like we are going to end up with only swapping 2 wires at a time and then running through the loops as is. So there's that. But if you guys are ready for me, do you guys want me to do this? I want 1 yes, and then I'll do this. Who's wanting me to switch? Who's wanting me to hit this big red button? Again, my patience is being very tested with my chat. Push the button, Max! Oh god, hi Thomas, how you doing? So good to see you! Chrisgasm? What the fuck?
Oi! Oh, what's happened here? Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm stuck in the body of Big Chris.
Wow.
How can that be? Oh, for fuck. It's a bloody multiverse! Mate, I hate this sci-fi bollocks. First the time loop and now this hackneyed shit. For fuck's sake. Honestly,
Well
what are
then.
these pricks playing at? It's lazy writing. Well, I guess as we're going to be stuck here for a while, we should try and find out a bit more about who this mysterious woman is that Magnus has a hard-on for. There's a big book here with stuff in it. I'd look through it, but it's fucking enormous, and I have an historical back injury from... Never mind. That's not important.
I still want to find
Also,
out what that
I
was
have you to
about.
do the work,
Anyways.
Ungendered Chris.
Wait,
We're gonna need
ungendered...
a honor
Okay. I'll pause it in a
First
sec.
name, surname, and the department she works in. So, you know, just ring your fucking sad little bell if you hear anything useful. I hope we're not just stuck here messing with these wires for long. For starters, these clothes I'm wearing, Christopher Christ.
Of course.
I've told you.
But before we continue, I do want to bring up something. And this is very simple. Ungendered Chris is really fitting for who we're called in this universe for many reasons. The developers for this game actually intended on making the playable character non-binary. This includes certain members of the family as well, like the significant other and their sibling. All three of us together would be ungendered or non-binary, open to interpretation. So, for instance, you could technically leave them non-binary as is, but some would go, "Hey, my character's female and my spouse is male," or my character's male, spouse is female. It's open to interpretation. It doesn't necessarily have to be, oh, hey, I just call it a spouse or just husband, wife, whatever. Yeah. Open to interpretation to the player. That's basically what the devs wanted to do, because they understand the variety of gamers around these parts.
1,000 times sycophantic, Chris. It's the number of blind dates I've been on when no one's turned up, followed by the worrying number of lumps under my left arm, the date my childhood sweetheart, Chris, married my best Chris, and the age my cat, Chris, was when I ran him over.
Is everybody... Okay, so...
The number of conversations that I've had with my...
This is kind of lore because in the main universe of this game, there is a Saturday morning show called Big Chris's House of Chris, and basically everybody in that house is named Chris. Apparently, entire universe full of it is just even worse.
And the exact time
it
my
feels like.
neurotic maternal Chris walked out. I honestly don't see why it's so hard for you to remember.
If you could just sit here, Science Chris, the host will be with you shortly.
Not you.
Sorry, Science Chris.
What's the matter, Colin?
I don't like it. I don't like this. I mean, a show's one thing, but a whole world.
Are you okay, Colin?
I don't like it.
What doesn't Colin like?
Everything, apparently.
Oh, is that all? Ah, you must be so-called Science Chris.
Question to chat. Seeing this, what would your Chris name be?
Shabby News Chris.
I'd be Blueberry
Well, tonight you can
Chris.
call me Cynical Chris.
What a strange nickname.
Sorry I'm late. Clingy Chris. Science Chris.
That's right.
Career-driven cutthroat Chris. Nice to meet you. 10 seconds, everybody. Hang on, where's everybody set? Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Special event. Let's go.
Good evening. I'm outdated, ill-tempered News Chris.
And I'm charismatic sellout Chris. It's the 13th of March 1985 and this is a Channel Chris special event hosted by your national nightly Chris team.
In a laboratory nestled in the sleepy hills of Crystalberry, Science Chris and his optimistically named Happiness Chrislective have been working on a secret project.
They claim their Chrisphoria device will raise overall happiness levels throughout the country. Tonight, live on Channel Chris, we'll be putting that claim to the test.
We'll be in and out the schedule throughout the evening, with our team of roving Chris's standing by up and down the country to report live on whether the device has brought a smile to your business.
We'll have Chris's from the world of science,
Of
politics
course.
and entertainment, and of course those all-important results.
So don't move that dial, stick with Channel Chris all evening as we bring you
The Night of Smiles. Okay, that's about 30 seconds back.
I don't even need to see those titles.
Oh, fuck, it says I'm on next with Science Chris. Good luck on David
I certainly hope not.
Well
I
then.
was promised that he would be here
So I
for
guess
the big
now
button
it's
press.
just I ring the bell and no response. Fuck.
Mate, oh, those fucking stairs. Oh, not used to these legs.
See, just in time. We're going live in 5, 4, 3. Welcome back. In just a few minutes, the impressive machine behind me will be activated in the first ever mass test of its type. But before then, here he is, everybody. The man himself, Big Chris!
Oi,
Oi, oi.
Couldn't miss the big button push, could I, sycophantic employee Chris?
Right, it's always fun.
Yes, thank you for joining us, Big Chris. But if we might turn to the man behind this experiment, Science Chris, I'm told it's also a pleasure to have you here.
Yes, thank you.
So, please, walk us through the aims of the Happiness Chrislective and what the Chrisphoria device will do for the country.
Well, it's not too complicated to understand, really. We are all Chris. We know this and we accept it to be true. And thus, despite our various comical differences, on a fundamental level, we are all the same. Our device utilizes this link.
It's
to
basically
tweak our
making all
collective
Chris's
emotional
happy.
frequency to create a joint feeling of elation. And with happier Chris's, there will be, of course, a happier world.
And I'm sure all of this comes at a great expense to the average tax-paying Chris, am I right?
Sorry, predictably disagreeable, Chris. I'm just going to
Predictably disagreeable.
Go ahead.
I feel like
obviously,
that's true
brilliant
in a
work.
sense.
Good stuff.
Jeremy
But
didn't really like a whole lot of things
what would
in
happen
his
if
time at the
someone
NNN.
Were to, I don't know,
Channel 1, I mean.
switch around the wires in the relay.
Oh, it wouldn't happen.
How so?
No, Chris alive would be so stupid.
Yeah. Well, let's just pretend one was.
Well, if the safety regulations weren't adhered to and this hypothetical catastrophically moronic Chris would...
Yeah, all right. Well, let's just call him benevolent, but ultimately misguided Chris.
If someone messed with the machine without grasping the fundamental science behind it, any number of disasters might occur. By its nature, the device is
serious?
connected to every one of us, so we'd all be affected by it.
But how specifically?
Well, I'm sure that every precaution has been taken. Isn't that right, Science Chris?
Oh, absolutely. There's really nothing to worry about.
But if there were,
Well, it would most likely be fine.
I
So long as
guess
we
I'm
didn't
fine
stay in any
myself.
permutation for
Question
too
mark.
long, well, then the fabric of time and space itself might destabilize.
So
Science
even
Chris,
so,
it's
an alternate
taken years
universe,
of work,
an alternate
unfathomable
universe,
amounts of
Magnus
money,
knows about
and for a
about
device
the
that
fabric of
may or
time.
may not make Chris's a little cheerier around the country. Is that right?
Well, we're very confident, needlessly critical Chris.
all right, call me impulsive, Chris, but let's get this show on the road.
But what about union-appointed health, Chris?
Oh, fuck me. No, fuck off. No, we need to do the button push.
Okay, you're the boss, which of course means let's
Well,
welcome
there goes my
button-pushing
kids.
Chris.
Not to worry, not to worry. The suit is the result of a previous button he pushed. It's actually to protect us from him.
Exactly.
A
And
hazmat
besides, if
suit?
anything did go wrong with the machine, there'd be no point wearing a silly little suit like this.
That can't be hazmat.
And you are?
Assistant Science Chris, 24. My favourite Chris's are Origami Chris, Machine Washable Chris, and of course, the Chris who knows what you did last summer.
How does he
Okay,
know?
Are we ready to go with the experiment?
Absolutely we are. Button pushing Chris has been practicing at the big button all morning.
Alrighty, I guess we should kick it off then.
Yes, fucking yes. Go.
Okay, so let's
Big
welcome
Chris
Countdown
impatient,
Chris.
my man.
Okay, folks, here we go. In
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oi, oi! And again, we lose another timeline, but also don't get any information. Now, I'm gonna have a fun bit with you guys because if you're crossing from one to the other, it's basically 3 times 4 or 12 possible universes crossing those wires. But add another 3 crossing in here and another 6 crossing in here. I'm doing this because my math knowledge. And you're also adding a possible 9 other universes, which means unless the coding is lazy, unless the coding says otherwise, we could be seeing a possible 21 universes besides our own. So I wonder what's next. Let's do this MS one next. Here we go. Let's go. Where is this going to take us? Oh, this is a long load, and I have a feeling that we might be in for some real fun times in this next one. Please take your seats. This evening performance is about to begin. Remember when I said this DLC actually had one of the longest musical bits? I think we might be experiencing that next.
I don't know whether it's something in the air, Winston, but I've got my guitar, and I've got a
been. I've told you 1,000 times. Please try this time to remember. It's the number of dates so late that they never ever show. Lumps continuing to worrisomely grow. The date my heart was saddened. The age my cat got flattened. The chats that were had with my reticent dad. And the time my mum walked off into the sun.
Dates so late that they never ever show.
Yes!
Lumps continuing to worrisomely grow.
That's right!
The date your heart got saddened.
The age that cat got flattened.
The chats that you had with your reticent dad. And the time your mum walked off into the sun.
Yes.
By George, he's got it!
It's the date so late that they never ever show. Lumps continuing to worrisomely grow. The date this heart was saddened.
If you could sit here, please, Dr. Magnus.
The age that cat got
The host
flattened.
will be with you shortly.
Chats that were had with the reticent dad. And the time one mum walked off into the sun. Nice.
You can stay.
Really? Thank you, Dr. Magnus.
Leave that alone, please, Colin.
Did I hear singing?
What are you talking about?
You know, people burying their innermost secrets, putting them in a song, like a musical. I love musicals.
I honestly wonder how you ever got this job.
I'm good with sound.
But you're so weird.
Sprongs have always been weird. In fact,
Ooh, another one coming.
from the very first sprung, there was something very wrong. Trying to be normal when we simply don't belong. But it could be worse. It's a blessing and a curse. Immune to the confusions of the multiverse. When you change everything, I don't feel a thing. I'm only doing this because I bloody love to sing. See, I could stop at any time. But why would I do that? I love it here. Key change. Sprung number
Nice.
one had 15 extra thumbs running down his spine from his neck to his bum. Sprung number two never used the loo. Made a small fortune from commemorative poo. Sprung three
I
and
love
four,
these, even though I suck
wanted
at them
by the
sometimes.
law. She had a tail and he had a claw. Sprung number five loved to be alive. Lived for several centuries by choosing not to die.
What's Colin singing about?
His family history, apparently.
How ghastly.
Key change.
Jeremy Donaldson, professional cynic. I try to be supportive, but my heart's not really in it.
Chesterman's 24 and my 3 greatest flaws are hesitance, anxiety, and fear of the outdoors.
Dr. Magnus, you know, he's the star of the show. And he's also pretty terrified, so steady as you go.
I think it kind of hijacked my song.
Where's Megan?
Sorry, I'm late. Vocal warm up.
Okay, not long now, let's get set.
For number 6, it was worse. He aged in reverse. Got a teacher pregnant while he still attended nursery. 7 and 8, terrible to date. Always turned up naked and their bits would touch your plate. Sprung number 9 had an elongated spine.
Oh, goodness.
22 feet tall with a penis like a washing line. Number 10 was fun.
10 seconds, everyone.
I'd love to tell you more, but the show's just begun.
Okay, everybody. Thank you, Colin. And a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's go.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Deep in the heart of the Chinselberry Hills, the Happiness Collective use their scientific skills. They built a gadget and checked it twice.
It's Dr. Charles Magnus's Euphoria device.
They say it makes you smile.
We'll test that in a while.
So stick with channel 1 all night and don't you move that dial. It's the night of smiles.
45 seconds back.
I'm gonna pause here for a sec and just share one thing. Paul Baverstock, the actor who plays Jeremy Donaldson in this entire not-for-broadcast game, you noticed he didn't sing at all, and they allude to that in the next few seconds. Baverstock actually has something called cystic fibrosis, and apparently this, and apparently, according to what I heard, it's affected his ability to sing here.
Not singing tonight when you have such a lovely singing voice.
Fuck off. Are you two a couple?
Ugh. Why can't I just be friends with Jeremy? Why do we have to be doing the nasty on top of the desk, running my hands down his minimal chest? Don't think I really have to spell out the rest. Why can't we just be friends?
Yup, unfortunately, one of my nephews is getting very needy, and I might have to mute again, so apologies, everybody.
I think you touched a nerve there.
In 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome back. Well, in a few minutes' time, we'll be bringing it online. Will it make you merry? Now we'll screw up space and time.
That's extremely unlikely.
You've got a very good team.
Let's just let it get to the end.
So let's meet our guests and put it to the test. A few little questions first to put our minds at rest. Oh, Dr. Magnus.
If we could just ask you a few questions, please.
You're curing sadness.
Well, no,
I know
actually,
I'm unmuting by
it's
the
more
time.
like,
More like
I know I'm unmuting during his screaming and crying, but unfortunately, I am also listening for him to stop. I mean, I don't want him noticeable by you guys. That's what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, I'll be muted for a while.
badness.
We're aiming for gladness.
Well, let's hope so. And Dr. Magnus,
Possess you to make everyone smile.
isn't this madness?
Dr. Magnus has been sad for a while.
Why the sadness?
I will say Jeremy has a good
Dr.
voice, though,
Magnus, won't you
even though
let
he's
us know?
affected by it.
Oh, Dr. Magnus, won't you let us know?
all right. Damn you. If you must know the source of my misery. Lights!
Well, it's been a long, long time coming, but I guess I should explain a little bit of how I feel inside. Things I kept buried deep, bottled up like a wild cat waiting to escape. It's all the same. It's all the same every day, every night. Each lonely footprint, each tiny slide, however they're moan, but they're wearing me down, pulling me under and making me drown. And no one said life would be quietly taking a ride.
The Elvis impressions I can't even right now.
It would be easier if she was standing beside me. Oh, 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 Dolores, Dolores. Dolores, Dolores, the brightest of lights that I see. But she'll never settle for me. Oh, I guess that's my destiny, silently loving Dolores.
What are you thinking of this, chat? Cassidy, hello, how are you doing? So good to see you. Chat concert with the violin.
And no one said life would be quietly taking a ride.
Sure would be easier if she was standing beside me.
Anyone title this? The brightest of lights that I've seen.
She'll never settle for me, so I guess that's my destiny. Silent in love and Dolores. Oh my God!
That's my destiny.
Next cover when I know.
You well now. They're gonna sing a word.
So once again, don't touch that dial.
It's the night of smiles.
Once or twice.
Silver, how do you feel?
Every country's life, the people build a great device.
Better mental health from your assets and your wealth.
Joy within yourself.
So no more days of tears.
No more miserable years.
Inner peace.
Restful sleep. Let happiness grow and grow.
Now back to the studio.
Got hit in the mouth by a baseball bat, followed by a bus and a train. Oh my God!
Time to turn on the machine. Time to turn on the machine. Push the button and turn on the machine. Stop. Just stop.
Colin, what are you doing? What are you wearing?
Megan, I didn't put this costume on for nothing. Don't push that button. Don't press that thing. You stop the music. Stop everything. The loop goes round. The loop goes round.
Loop goes round.
Push that button.
Right now, two gauze in my mouth. Oh no! Hopefully they'll cure soon.
Change the show. The loop goes round. The loop goes round. The loop goes round. The loop goes round. Well, little Bobby Bolster and Alex Winston too. They're up there swapping wires around 'cause they don't know what to do. The loop goes round.
How in the hell does he know that? Colin's weird as fuck.
But I'm begging you on my knees. Don't you do it, just so please. The loop goes round. Well, oftentimes I'm lonely. It's hard to be a strong, but I think I found a universe where I finally belong. The loop goes round. Yes, the loop goes round. Yes, it does. This world ends where one begins, so don't you do it. Just a minute, the loop goes round. Don't push that button. Don't press that thing. Y'all stop the music. Stop everything. The loop goes round. The loop goes round. Don't push that button. No, 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 no. You change the date, you change the time, you change the show. The loop goes round. The loop goes round. The loop goes round. The loop goes round.
Yes.
What a magnificent program. I'd give Sprong his own show if he wasn't so bloody weird.
So, chat, before we move on to the next universe, anybody found any musical-minded people find any good references inside the songs you heard in this universe? I can definitely name a few, but I want to see what you guys remember from this universe. Any musical references? I'll tell you guys right now, I did see one Elvis Presley attempt from the Doctor. Colin pulled off a fantastic little gospel according to him segment. And then you know what's weird about that last song, that the rebuttal from Chester Mims at the very end of it? Inside the soundtrack, the song title specifically for that particular moment is called Le Chesterable, in reference to a musical called Les Miserables. Isn't that funny? Isn't that a silly thing? Oh. Okay. Thought I was muted for a sec. Sorry about that. But yeah, isn't that very silly, guys? But yes. Oh goodness, what the fuck? Okay. Tommy Harris, what the fuck? Okay. You guys see this weird bit, right? He's winking. That is such fine detail. That is very fine detail. Oh my god. All right. In any case, what's this TA one about? Mainly from the movie, admittedly, which here is not the optimal version. Yeah, I've heard musical performances on stage are a lot better in these kind of musical situations. Zip pipes. They are broken. Bring your daughter to work. What? Oh.
Winston, they've replaced my chair and desk with a sofa and a coffee table. And they've abbreviated the National Nightly News. It all seems to have taken a turn for the worst in this place.
And I definitely remember.
How long is this going to take then?
Do you have someone else to be?
The Poopsmith for 500 points. Would you care to share your political view? Oh my god.
This first bit's about 10 minutes, then we come back.
Anyways, I still remember playing the finale of this game, and this is the next to last broadcast, but not exactly.
Let's hope so.
Because guess what?
Very reassuring, aren't
It's
you?
Jeremy at the center, and not Megan. So basically, an alternate universe where Jeremy never dies or gets arrested.
Listen, between ourselves, this machine is 99% likely to do absolutely nothing other than cause a national power cut. The science behind it is dubious at best, and as for the man in charge of the Happiness Collective,
Matt,
it seems to me like he's barely cracked a smile.
Matt, it's funny that you.
So you don't think
it's funny that you bring that up. Aren't those references to Hollywood Squares?
Seems to me everything's broken already most of the time.
Seen this before? In the backdrop. Oh, there's a little swimmer in there.
Leave that alone, please, Colin.
When is this?
It's Wednesday, Colin.
Okay, that doesn't help.
Do you need anything, Stacey?
I think she'd rather be somewhere else.
Oh, don't say that. It's exciting. A groundbreaking experiment.
Have you been mainlining the auto cue?
Try to have fun.
I think given time, you'll find actually he's exactly the right amount.
Apparently my wisdom teeth had tree roots. Oh no.
Weird.
So are you. Good, innit?
So this thing, it's big, is it?
Depends what you call big.
10 seconds.
It's time for
20 million viewers, probably.
It's bring
What the fuck?
That seemed big to you.
Jeremy Donald.
I would definitely, you know, at a young age like that, I'd definitely be surprised as well. Nowadays, it's just like normal talk to see like, yeah, you're going to expect a lot of viewers for some program like that.
4, 3. Guests at the NNN.
That's fucking huge!
Excellent. Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. And as you all probably know by now, it's Bring Your Daughter to Work Day here on Channel 1. But it's no secret that I don't have any children. So the station reached out to a local home, and I'm delighted to say that joining me tonight for this Channel 1 special event is Stacey. Say hello, Stacey.
Hello. 22 million hellos.
So, you do the next bit, and then we take it in turns. Read what's written there. You can read, can't you?
Of course I can fucking read. I grew up in care, not a fucking cave.
Again, excellent. On you go.
In a laboratory, nestled in the sleepy hills of Chintlebury, Dr. Charles Magnus and his Happiness Collective have been working on a secret project.
Incredibly, they claim their euphoria device will raise overall happiness levels throughout the country. Tonight, live on Channel 1, we'll be putting that somewhat grandiose claim to the test.
We'll be in and out of...
Perkins, hello, how are you doing? So good to see you.
All fucking evening. I'm meant to be meeting Gary Hills and Kelly Nightfans later.
I don't know who they are. Keep reading.
We'll be in and out of the schedule throughout the evening. Oh, I've said that.
Yes, twice now.
Right. Oh, here we are. With our team of reporters sending by up and down the country to report live on whether the device has brought a smile to your face.
We'll have guests from the world of science, politics,
And I smell a cutie man kit. Hi, Citron, how are you doing? So good to see you. And Willie, thank you for smoochies.
I don't know what that is.
If you don't, I wonder no one watches this shit.
Nevertheless, we'll still be here, and with all those all-important results as well.
So don't move that dial. Stick with Channel 1 all evening. As we bring you
The Night of Smiles.
And 35 seconds back. Can we get the guests in, please?
Yes, you are, Citron. Now hush.
Here, please. Who are you?
Chester Mims, 24. My favourite palindromes are civic, rotivator, and no lemon, no melon.
Okay, at first when I heard no lemon, no melon, I actually got confused until I realized, wait. No, that makes sense.
What?
Chester's here to push the button.
Oh, that's not until after the premise.
Go away, Chester.
Yes, Dr. Magnus.
Oh, well, Chester.
10 seconds, everybody.
First rule of news, never, ever, ever feel
5,
sorry.
4, 3.
Off you go then.
Again?
You got this. You got this.
I like how Jeremy's just
Welcome back.
being encouraging to
Just a few minutes,
Stacey
the
instead of
impressive machine behind
Megan just being like
behind us
doing it
will be
beforehand.
activated in the first ever mass experiment of its type. So let's meet the man behind the merriment, Dr. Charles Magnus.
Dr. Magnus, welcome to the show. Just before we came on air, Stacey was asking me if your machine might, in her words, break everything.
Oh my God, you're such a grass!
So let's start there. Is this experiment safe, Doctor?
Well, I suppose that's a fair question, and probably one that's also on your viewers' minds.
All I'm saying is I saw this film once where time got stuck and that seemed like really bad.
Well, while no science is without risk, I can assure you that the chances of time actually getting stuck...
This reminds me of something. Who here... There is one particular moment in the older version of The Twilight Zone, not the newer one with Jordan Peele, but a newer version of The Twilight Zone, where some man gets like a stopwatch. He clicks it, it freezes time. But I think what they're talking about there might give you an idea of what the heck goes on in that particular segment. But I'm not going to spoil it for those that haven't seen it. But yeah, you guys figure out what happens next.
As you say, is less than 1 over 10 to the power of 64.
So it could happen then?
Well, anything could happen. For all we know, it may have already happened.
I don't understand.
It's theoretical metaphysics. No one understands.
It is, however, more likely that you will have a spontaneous...
The same stopwatch Bart had? I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Kichi.
The time will actually become unstuck.
I don't want to be struck by lightning.
And you won't be.
Nah, I don't like it. Something doesn't feel right.
That's what people said about television or electricity or even the printing press.
Nah, I've got a bad feeling about this. It's like, you're going to press that button and none of us will exist anymore. Like, all wiped out.
Yes,
Like, we weren't
cactus
meant
good
to
bean.
happen. Like, we were a mistake.
That's ridiculous. Where did you get your degree?
I'm 15, you wanker. But it don't take a degree to know that there's something messed up about wanting to control
Treehouse of
other
Horror
people's
14.
feelings.
Oh, that's right.
Well, you didn't ask for my permission.
No, and I've no intention of doing so either. Chester, if you please.
Well, before we start the machine, we do have to go to Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury for a special message. And that's
That was easy. Hey, Malachi, get off my screen, but thank you for
We
the
added
420.
42 bits to Malachi_Greyfang's cheer.
Thank you for the 420 plus 42 from Twitch. Now up to 462 bits from Malachi to total, but thank you so much.
set up, so we could all just take a breath.
Chester. This young lady is Chester Mims, my loyal lab assistant, who, like myself, has dedicated his whole life to the pursuit of scientific excellence. He is a man who is educated. He is inquisitive and rigorous.
Sip, sip.
And these are, young lady, qualities I might suggest you would do well to cultivate within yourself.
Have you got a problem with me?
Why does ignorance always have to speak so thunderously?
What are you calling ignorant? I'm not the one playing God.
Hi, Cam. How are you doing? So good to see you.
Well, actually, it's Chester. Mr. Mims, if you would like to proceed with the activation process.
Do you mean,
Yes. Push the red button. Yes.
Righty-ho, Dr. M? That's, so-co by me.
Of course. Of course you would use new future lingo.
How fragile do you think reality actually is?
Yeah, well, I'm ignorant, aren't I? Probably wouldn't go trying to break it to find out.
Well, at least it was brief, and we don't have to see it again.
Even then, I didn't even notice anything either, so Bozeman, you have a good idea for us not going back here. But... how are you doing? Absolutely fantastic. Thank you for asking. Give me a minute before we get to the next one. I know the next one is going to be 1 and this VL right here. But before we jump into it, I need to pour myself my water refill from the bottle of smart water that I have. Alrighty. I swear, Malachi. Anyways. So for those that missed it, also, Cactus, well, she kind of spearheaded a thing that I thought, even today, I would have thought that that bar on the upper right would have been stuck at 0 for much of the much of the time I had it up. Some of you guys actually proved me wrong, and I think one of them is kind of also guilty in this. But there's also a very integral part of actually helping me get to the UK by any means necessary. Citron, I'm not stinky. You're cute. Anyways, what is this 1VL world about? Silver, how dare! 2 anchors, both alike indignant. Shakespeare?
Winston, there's something in my office. He's got a mean stare. I hate this. I hate where we are. Oh god, it's moving. It's every man for himself. You're on your own. See you in the next loop.
Good Mims, thou hast been told 1,000 times. The number thou shalt count comprises thus: those I have wooed, who quick to spirit fled. My foxes and my tragic date of love, forever lost betwixt betray.
Emotional damage!
Silver, thank you for the deposit check. I swear to God, if these eggs keep breaking.
Unknown. The discourses I with my father shared. And whence the
That was easy.
rays fell upon the hill, as mother's shadow faded from my...
Malachi, $10? Heckies, thank you. We are over 10% into this. It's actually written in iambic pentameter. Yes, it is, actually. This is Shakespearean language.
Good fellows, welcome one and all within. Be seated, and you presently shall meet the wit and heart that beat within this show. Sirrah, whence was sent to you your hand?
What?
This wondrous, strange machinery, lest it should render you and I distilled.
I'm sorry I didn't get any of that.
What the hecky?
Colin Sprong. A hearty hail.
Oh, you as well. I hated this stuff enough at school.
Why speak you so unseemly? With such words it's better suit a slutton or a moor.
Pretty sure we're not allowed to say that sort of stuff.
He jests, but yet I understand him not.
His japes a silent waltz would best contain.
Rude, I think.
A hail and hearty salutation, all please, gentlefolk, accept my deep regret. But tardily dost I come upon the set wherein tonight's fair alchemy is met.
Right, I'm leaving before you all start talking about fairies.
Of course.
The groundlings are prepared, the players set, so let us to our revelries attend. Fire up the lanterns, bring the stage alive. Our sorceries begin this night in 5, 4, 3.
Fair patrons welcome each and every one. My name is Jeremy, Lord Donald's son.
I, Megan Wolf, beside him duly sit as we present to your grand benefit such magics as will turn your blood to ice. Sir Magnus's Euphoria device.
In Shintleberry's green and languorous hills, whence fairies dance from Southern's golden eaves.
I knew this was going to happen, just no.
Oh, goodness.
What ho? Young cheeky violets nicked the script.
Very wafty fade us out. And all this stuff about suicide.
See how anachronistically he marks with feather from no creature earthly born.
That's not funny, nor is that. You don't need any of these words at all, just this and right.
That was easy.
Yo, Trinity!
Intense gameplay.
Trinity, $25? I didn't think you'd show up. Small bun.
Bark, bark, bark.
Trinity, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Blueberry Barker Squad. For those that don't know what I just called Trinity, yeah. Thing about private roleplays is, yeah. Things can get weird. I'll pause for advert. Welcome back from ads, guys. But yes, for those that didn't hear it, the thing about roleplay is things can happen to a point where, yeah, we might start calling each other good nicknames out as a result of it. And for this case, because we're in a roleplay where apparently Trinity's character ends up being small as an insect, I end up calling him Small Bun because of it.
Tonight, before your eyes and arms and legs,
A special program called The
Axel
Night
is
of
Fish Taco.
Eggs.
Hi, Axel. How you doing? So good to see you.
In 30 ticks, our revels be rejoined.
Excuse me, Saucy Colin.
It's actually a
but
fox?
this next appears
Yes.
to be bereft of scan and rhyme.
Why does it have to rhyme? No, don't answer that. Give it here. I'll sort it. I'm getting really bloody...
A lot of my own characters, my own Twitch emotes. Yes.
Alas, he's mad.
Or by hell's fiends possessed.
Just do the top to tail and skip the rest. Oh shit, now you've got me doing it.
But what of good King Peter and Queen Jules?
They'll take
When's the Muppet Monday party? I'm not hosting one.
No matter once the button's pressed.
Is conversation you intend with me?
Indeed, good doctor.
And in 5, 4, 3.
Sir Magnus, your contraption, most bizarre, is fashioned prey to purpose fair or foul.
'Tis foul indeed, but not as you suppose. These fowl have feathers, wings, and beaky nose.
A foul! Most foul!
Oh my God, Jeremy!
That's not a joke. It's just two words that sound similar.
Jeremy!
Similar. It's not even a... Never mind. So Magnus, where is Chester Mims tonight?
My servant, why? He waits behind the stage.
Or could you get him out before the end?
Oh, Chester!
Coming!
Hark, he doth attend.
Well met, good fellows, I am Chester Mims. My years they number but 104. My favourite deaths are hacking off of limbs, also beheadings, and I have one more.
Do you know what we need to do right now to get this weird contraption started up?
Yea, verily I do.
Then off you pop.
Very well. He's jumping right to it.
Good people, bring your chickens to this place.
Because he
Bring
knows there's nothing for us
broken
here.
bricks and rickety of legs, for whence I release the music held within. Your poultry shall lay twice as many eggs.
Sorry, that's what it does make chickens lay. Or else.
That is indeed our deeply
Ooh. I like the detail with this little explosion here, because instead of actual glass shattering in front of our eyes, it's actually wood from what looks to be a wooden window or a wooden door. That's attention to detail right there. All right, we're done with all the ones, as I've seen right here. What about switching to 2 and TV? What does that take us to? Ow! An investigation of the themes and morality behind unchecked scientific advancement per se, and as presented more specifically within the confines and parameters of this allegedly satirical interactive entertainment. Wow, that was a lengthy read.
Oh God, I've turned into that irritating nephew of mine. He can't shut up. Always has to comment and everything. He's a smug little so-and-so. Or, more accurately, I'm currently a smug little so-and-so.
I like the Newton's cradle that you have in the office.
I'm going to start on the variants and move on to the consumer stuff once he's on the ropes.
Hey Matt, quick question. Have you checked on Nate lately? I haven't seen him for a week.
The only one who can stop the experiment is Magnus.
Very interesting.
What will we fill the rest of the schedule with tonight?
That's Kenneth's problem.
Shit.
He'll think of something. He's nothing if not creative.
Yes, I am.
Activity away from my employment contract, if that's okay.
When you hire Adrian Atkinson Blimey, you know what you're
Quite busy and hard to find motivation to do like Discord activity with some service of mine. That's fair enough. Silver, thank you so much for the hydration, Sip Sip.
This is not in sizes.
Certainly looks like Incisors. I mean, this is the Incisors studio, isn't it? And Oh, yes, this is definitely my background. Look, it's got incisors written on it. Oh,
Just trying to balance my
face.
university and IRL stuff. Yeah, that's kind of tough to balance out, especially when you have a lot of schoolwork to work with.
You can bark, but you can't bite.
In a replacement of our
Keep it
scheduled
smart,
program,
everyone.
we're privileged to be spending the
four,
evening with Adrian
three.
Atkinson as Channel 1 attempts to push the limits of metaphysics.
Good evening. Tonight on Channel 1, we'll be dedicating most of the schedule
Especially I
to
graduate
an
this year, now it's the
innovative
hardest 2 semesters left. Good luck with that.
Dr. Charles Magnus and his sagacious collective claim their Euphoria device.
This game should be called Not for Newts. Darius, hello, how are you doing? So good to see you. Also, leave that for Sebi.
Including you. Is that credible? No. Or even ethical?
No.
Tonight, with the help of you, our discerning viewers, we are all going to find out. I'm Adrian Atkinson Blimey, your host for an evening of experimental harmonic science.
That's about 40 seconds back. Can we get the guests in and mic checked, please?
Watch this, Joe.
Smart woman.
5 degrees, 2 homicides.
I know, I interviewed her lawyer, remember?
Oh yeah, I forget. You think this is normal?
You're a strange man, Colin.
You're not the first to say that, Mr. Blimey.
Good evening. Nice to meet
She said not to talk to him, remember? Who? The scary lady.
All ladies are scary to you.
10 seconds.
She said that he doesn't like to speak to guests before interviews because it
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. In just a few minutes, this singular machine will be activated, marking the inaugural investigation into emotional resonance. But before we switch it on, let's dig our teeth in. Dr. Charles Magnus, you are the head of the self-styled Happiness Collective and the inventor of this fascinating emitter.
Yes, that's correct. Good evening. And this is my assistant.
Chester Mims, 24. It says here that your favorite numbers are 5 minus 800 and the square root of minus 1.
For Smarties, it's I.
That's right.
If I understand it correctly, gentlemen, and I should imagine that I do, your device's frequency should raise the vibrational state of all conscious life until we attain a frequency that your experiments have demonstrated represents happiness.
Yes, that's right.
That's the theorized outcome.
But of course, it's not just felicitousness, is it? Other frequencies could also be targeted by the same
Clearly wrong.
Well, yes, theoretically, but why would you want to do that?
Maybe that's a question for someone else?
I'm not an ethicist.
I am.
Mr. Mims, this device is rather large and cumbersome, and what we see here is only part of it, I believe, as the relay has had to be hardwired into the power conduits in our broadcast room. Am I correct?
That's great expense.
Well, of course, this is the first iteration. Let's not forget that the earliest computers required huge rooms to house them. And over time, they've become able to fit on just a moderately large desk.
British English is insane,
You'd imagine
yes.
that
The
in
British
the
comedy in
future,
this game
further
is
iterations
phenomenal,
would
I'll
be
say that,
much
Trinity.
more portable, personal use.
Yes, we can perceive a world where people can choose to alter their emotions whenever they want and whatever they want to feel.
Domestic devices? Emanating on a room-sized scale?
Yes, at first, yes. Eventually portable, perhaps even pocket-sized. I mean, just imagine the possibilities.
Yes, I am. I'm thinking of the possibility of inviting a female guest back to my emotionally controlled room and setting my home device to induce lust.
Oh, he's bringing the metaphors.
Of the rebellious teenager who
He's bringing the
takes his
metaphors.
to school set for anger, the offices set for fear, compliance.
But why would anybody in their right mind want to do that?
Why does humanity do any of its evil?
Again, I repeat, I'm not an ethicist.
Makes people happier.
For now.
Whilst I respect your line of questioning, Adrian, I have to confess, well, I'm feeling somewhat ambushed.
I'm afraid that your confession will have to wait, Dr. Magnus, because I'm going live now to Advance Headquarters to speak to the nominal leaders of our fragile coalition government. Are you receiving me, Prime Ministers?
Loud and clear, Adrian. What an exciting evening. When we formed a coalition, one of the first pieces of common ground we planted our mutual flags on was the importance of supporting our science and technology industry.
Oh, so in this
After
universe,
all,
the
what's the point
government
in all that
leaders decided on a
superior
coalition.
Education, education,
education we're providing if there's no jobs at the other end of it.
Dr. Magnus and his team impressed us with the simple, well-intentioned nature of their project. Everyone happier. How could we not fund that? It is, after all, one of the 4 basic requirements of a government.
And all this experimental technology was funded by the government.
Well, yes. I mean, we've invested record sums in funding the science and the
So I assume you own the resultant technology?
Well, not us, Adrian. The public own this incredible technology. It was, after all, their taxes that paid for it.
But the public don't have the capacity to alter the device, do they? Or to make other devices?
Well, what sort of other devices?
That's an excellent question. Let's chew on it for a while. In 1518, the residents of the city of Strozhnev in southern Skonsk experienced what was known as the dancing plague.
Fascinating.
People began spontaneously dancing and they didn't stop for days. It was infectious. More and more people joined in. They literally danced themselves to death.
You're making that up.
Why does this feel like a Black Plague reference?
You can look it up in an encyclopedia after the show, Prime Minister. I'm suggesting that if one amplifies this device sufficiently, it becomes a weapon, does it not?
Make the enemy dance themselves to death? Well, that's hardly an effective military strategy, Adrian.
Or with a few garble adjustments, surely it could send an enemy encampment mad with rage or suicidal with despair?
We have no such plans, nor would Dr. Magnus and his team sanction such a use.
Think of it. At the flick of a switch, demonstrators are calmed, protesters pacified.
We would never use such a device on the general population.
And what of the commonality? In a society where this technology is commonplace, how would a citizen know whether the emotions they were feeling from minute to minute were even their own?
Yeah, where's your science now, bitch?
Insightful questions, as always, Adrian, but tonight is about an attempt to make people happier. And, well, we're here just to wish you all the very best of luck.
Back to you in the studio.
The Prime Minister's there. Pricks. And of course, without the funding that you receive...
We'd still be making mice grin a bit.
If I might say something.
Of course, Doctor. This program thrives on the free exchange of ideas.
I have a colleague who works in one of the more esoteric departments in the collective, and...
Oh, was it her?
Oh?
Stand by.
Oh, you know Dr. Magnus, Professor...
Chester does like to fantasize. Anyway, this unnamed professor and I were, by pure
Matt, how dare you?
discussing the dancing plague of 1518.
Ow.
And she reliably assures me that the Blissgate circuitry will negate any concerns about such an eventuality.
But that is untested.
I can assure you that the T-tests are absolutely magnificent to behold. And besides, if we discovered
That wasn't
any
bad, though.
negative effects, we could simply turn the device off. It's not permanent, Adrian.
So you say.
You know, Mr. Blimey, I always thought that you were a man of intellect, a ruthless campaigner of precision and truth.
I am all of those things.
No, you're not. You're a grumpy old man who can't see the good in anything.
Manners, Chester.
No, I'm sorry, Dr. Magnus, but I'm really quite upset.
Well, I can see that. You're practically apoplectic.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. All you want is a little bit of happiness for a short amount of time. And you're a good man, Dr. Magnus. I know that. And if she can't give it to you, then I'll give it to you instead.
But is the human animal responsible for this type of technology? Do we have the
shut up, Adrian!
Oh, meanie bastard.
Well, you got the honorific, which means we're done here, I think. Shame. It's been a pleasure to be in such a well-rounded body. Guess this is goodbye. You seem lovely, if a bit scruffy. If you need me, you know where I am.
Indeed. So, we did get 2 pieces of information. We still need 2 more. And then we'll call this mysterious her, Dolores. But we are effectively done here. So, what's next? Number 2 and the MS? Let's do it. What is this about? You will attend.
Winston, this doesn't look right. I think we should...
Speak when spoken to, worm.
What the
And
hell?
If we have any mistakes during this broadcast, all of you will be spending 20 minutes in the agonizer. Do you
What the
understand?
hell?
Yes, ma'am. Good. Where is my worm?
Here, controller.
Listen to me.
Dominatrix?
Tonight we are working at the behest of the Over-Governor herself. Do you know what that means?
Yes, controller.
It means that everything will go
What the
very,
fuck?
very smoothly. Do you understand?
Yes, controller.
The writer's barely concealed fetish? Oh no.
Are the prisoners ready?
Bring in the prisoners.
Oh,
I'm Disseminate
goodness.
Wolf. I speak for the Over-Governors. You will answer my questions
Getting sus
clearly
now?
and
Oh, no.
concisely. Is that clear?
I refuse. I won't take back.
Do you want to spend an hour in the agonizer? Or perhaps we should put your friend
I remain
here
pure and
for a
innocent.
week?
Nom.
Please don't do that. Leave him alone. He has nothing to do with my protestations.
It's no use trying to reason with them.
Quiet! Worm, fetch us coffee.
So, prisoner Magnus, what's it to be? Will you be participating in the broadcast?
You leave him no choice.
Leave me no choice.
An accurate assessment.
What the actual fuck's going on this time?
You there.
Jenny, you look like one called Frank.
You will refer to me as controller.
Righty-ho, amazing.
Where is your uniform?
This is what I usually wear.
Insubordination.
Oh shit.
Men dressed like a dominatrix.
That's what I'm thinking the same too, Colin.
Again, amazing.
Do you want to go into the agonizer?
Nah, I think I'll just go and grab a muffin.
What the hell?
Annoying little peasant.
A sensible decision. Controller, shall we?
10 seconds, scum. The Empire expects. Do not fail her. 5, 4, 3.
Subjects of the Empire, I am the Disseminant. Tonight's mandatory broadcast sees the Empire achieve even further greatness.
Oh,
the
shit.
Over-Governor, all hail her might, has decreed that tonight you, her loyal subjects, shall be the first to receive her boon. So don't move that dial, or you will be extinguished.
This is a mandated broadcast on all open channels. All citizens of any status are required to cease all current activity and fix their attention on this screen. Failure to comply will result in severe punishments for yourself and those you love. The Empire expects.
A few short months ago, Dr. Charles Magnus and his co-conspirators were conducting unapproved scientific experiments. Do you confirm?
I confirm,
Oh, shit.
Yes, I confirm, ma'am.
Fortunately, the Over-Governor was able to intervene and turn a potentially lethal experiment into a project for the good of the Empire.
There was nothing lethal about it.
Working under intense supervision and with the firm hand of the Empire to guide them, work has been completed on this. The productivity device will grant all subjects of the Empire the gift of unfettered productivity. Finally, all subjects from Overseer to Worm will be unshackled from our human inefficiencies, freed to meet the expectations of Empire.
I'm becoming inhuman.
Oh shit. This is insane.
That was a bad one.
Before we activate the device, however, we are privileged to receive an address.
Peter
from the
Clement, a
Over-Governor.
worm?
Your concentration is demanded. The Empire expects.
Subjects. For too many years, we have been the victims of our own emotional vagaries.
We both are pure and innocent? Oh
I
no.
am no different.
You are not.
This is my worm.
I will continue nomming on that halo until you give in.
Yesterday, I visited his worm space and found him engaging in, well, Why don't you tell them, worm?
I was engaging in permitted self-pleasuring.
Prohibited self-pleasuring.
I said give in.
To wit, reading.
I'm deeply ashamed of myself.
Now I know what you're thinking. Worms can't read. Well, apparently a great number of them can. They're secretive little things, aren't you, worm?
Worms are expected to be discreet.
I contemplated how best to discipline my worm. My logical mind told me to simply disintegrate him and find a replacement. But something was arguing with my logic. I thought of the many
Get in the
years
car,
that
we're
he
going
has
shopping,
faithfully
of
met
course.
my every need. The counsel he has kept and the expectation he has fulfilled. And I was forced to admit that I had feelings for this worm.
Governor?
Not romantic feelings. Who could be attracted to a male, after all?
Interesting.
But nonetheless, feelings that one might have for a family pet or a favorite soft toy as a child. These feelings, they are the reason that you see him standing here today, undisintegrated.
Thank you, Over-Governor. It won't happen again.
No, it won't.
Oh god. Fuck.
Our feelings make us ineffective. They make us unwise. We cannot ever put our own needs ahead of those of the Empire. And after tonight, we will not have to. Attend the following broadcast with concentration subjects. The Empire expects. I now return you to the disseminant.
In just a few short minutes, we cast off the shackles of emotion.
Wait!
Control the worm!
Please, listen to me. We need
What the
our
hell?
emotions. Without them,
I
we're
would
not...
think very carefully before finishing that sentence.
Oh shit, not another one.
Controller, please listen to me. From all the years we've spent together, this device, it can't be switched on.
He's right.
I have a feeling this is going to keep going on.
Emotions aren't something that's to be suppressed. They are art and music and stories.
Also right.
No! Would you please stop doing that?
Notice camera 1, how it just goes, like the light for that just goes completely off.
If you only ever hear one thing I've ever said to you, let it be this. Only you can stop this experiment. Controller. Jenny.
Hi, Darktail, how are you doing? So good to see you.
Save us all.
I hate that name. Proceed.
Yes, Controller. Rejoice, subjects! The Empire expects, but she also rewards.
You destroy our humanity, you can't do...
I'm gonna have to. I can't stay here for long. Anyways, next one. Temporal or TA. Let's get out of here. I'm not even staying in this world. This is just ridiculous nonsense. I didn't even want this. I didn't even want that future to begin with. I'm a man. Coming to you live from the heart of the... Oh no, not this one!
What fresh hell is this?
No, Chester, I will
What
not
the
take it again.
hell?
We went over it 17 times in the taxi on the way over here. Now, I like repetition as much as the next man, but one must draw a line somewhere.
If you could just sit here, please, Dr. Magnus. The host will be with you shortly.
I swear to God, do you guys remember the last few segments of this? And I'm like,
should we run a little
when is this gonna be over?
Yes, Dr. Magnus, that sounds like fun.
Good.
Why do you
Let's
people
begin with
want
some
light
data
entertainment?
gathering.
Are we in the Hunger
These
Games now?
characters, how many people
Well,
do you think that they
that was
possibly accommodate?
that almost felt like Hunger Games there, but that's
Good.
dominatrix.
Exactly,
That was
it was
dominatrix.
like
Now we're in like fucking entertainment.
Good. Next variable. How many people host the nightly show? I believe there are 3. Once again, I concur. Well done. Now, computation. If there are 3 hosts, how many seats are left?
1, Dr. Magnus.
And what can we conclude from this data, Chester?
He's figuring it out.
Well done.
Sorry, Dr. Magnus.
Off you trot.
He's figured it out.
Something wrong, Colin?
What happened to news?
News? I think I remember that.
This is... Oh God, this is light entertainment.
Are you okay, Colin?
I just met someone in the corridor who said they were Patrick Barry.
It's Patrick, yeah.
But it isn't, and this isn't. This is awful. I need to lie down. How did you let this happen? How could you?
What happened?
So all this.
Weird Colin as
Remind me
usual.
how we let this happen.
Actually, I know what's going on with him.
Dr. Charles Magnus. This is Jeremy Donaldson. Jeremy, Dr. Magnus.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr.
Because
Johnson.
we have been over this, Patrick.
Ow, how
This is
dare.
my dressing room. It is mine, okay? If you want your own, ask Jenny.
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll get 2.
Great.
Like that.
Get as many as you want. I don't care, Patrick.
I don't remember Robin and not Patrick, as we call her in the community. I don't remember Robin and not Patrick actually arguing like that.
Hi, lovely to meet you.
Yes.
It's a pleasure.
Nice
it's a
to meet you
pleasure.
both. Is everything okay? You seem to be at loggerheads.
10 seconds, everybody.
No, we're fine. Showbiz.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
And Robin, over to you, gang.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson, and welcome to The Nightly Show, your #1 source for digestible talking points. As ever, we're joined on the couch of chat with inexplicably popular co-hosts Robin Short and Patrick Bannon.
Ahem, he says.
Great to be here with you as always, but particularly today when we have such an uplifting show ahead of us.
That's right, Robin. On tonight's special extended edition of The Nightly Show, we'll be doing some science stuff with one of the country's top brain boxes, and it's gonna make you grin.
Yes, science stuff. In an impressive building overlooking the picturesque hills of Chintleberry.
Of course.
It's the one they used the outside of for John Wax 5. You broke my fingernail, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was some filming.
Yes.
But we were rather busy at the time.
Probably doing science stuff.
No, they did. You know, I've seen that movie 14 times. Oh, don't worry, not loaded.
We're pleased to welcome Dr. Charles Magnus, whose casually named Happiness Collective has been working on a secret project designed to make us all happy.
Oh, even you, JD.
Oh, of course.
Now, you must have noticed this bonkers-looking thing. Well, this is called the euphoric device, and apparently it's going to make us all happier. Did I get this science right, Doc?
Actually, it's called the Euphoria.
So don't touch that dial. Stick with Channel 1 all evening as we bring you
The Night of Smiles.
Coming to you.
That's a minute back.
Jenny?
This is not going to matter. The sound effects aren't going to matter here.
So earlier on today, Patrick said something to me that made me feel quite uncomfortable.
It's a joke. It was a banter.
Oh, she made a threat, actually. It was a threat
Right,
against
okay,
my
I'd hardly
life.
call
I'll tell
that a
you
threat,
what.
really.
Both of you. Why don't I just get Sue from HR to come down tonight after the show?
Yeah.
And you two can sit and talk
That-
it all out with her until it's done. Shouldn't
Real
you?
talk, yeah, I would definitely try to settle a difference between a joke and seriousness nature.
Definitely did, but I have a thing.
Tonight?
Yes, well, you know, my show is on.
Yeah, that's really not great for me either.
Oh, maybe we should just forget it then.
Yeah, I think that's probably for the best.
Yeah, you know, upon further reflection, I may have
Overreacted.
possibly.
Excellent. Okay, 10 seconds, everybody.
Negative cyclists.
Bitch.
Everybody. going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. In just a few minutes' time, we'll be turning on the euphoria.
Oh, I wish
Solomon, hello, how are you doing? So good to see you.
But before we do that, let's attempt to have a conversation about the science behind the spectacle. We're joined here by the leader of the Happiness Collective, Dr. Charles Magnus.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
On the collective?
Yes, Patrick, I was bemused by
Does
that.
that make you like Alpha Geek?
It's not exactly the terminology.
Brilliant! So, Dr. Magnus, this is a big night for you. You must be very excited.
Yes, that's an accurate observation.
That's an accurate observation. I love this guy. I love you, you crazy brainiac. We both do. We love you.
But slightly more impartially, we do actually have a couple of questions.
As I would expect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Magnus, who are you wearing?
Who am I wearing? I'm not wearing anyone. I haven't been hugged in 8 years.
I think they're asking who designed your clothes.
That seems to be an entirely irrelevant subject.
Yes, I agree, but you'll be surprised how often it comes up.
I may have done that boo early.
Well, we just get the lab coats as a job lot.
Job a lot! Oh, isn't she that Fontanine that came out of San Palmerino?
Honestly, I've really no idea what you're talking
Now,
about.
Dr. Magnus, I'm sure our viewers would be curious to understand your process.
Yes,
a bit.
good. Let's get into the nitty-gritty.
So, when you're slogging away on those late nights at the lab, what music do you listen to?
Well,
I'm sure the doctor would rather talk about his devices.
Brahms, some Schubert, Chopin. Focuses the mind.
Exactly as you would expect.
And I'm something of an aficionado on the song Drum Drum Bang a Bang.
Drum, drum, bang, a bang, straight up, wham, wham. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Drum, drum, bang, a bang.
Drum, drum, bang a bang. Now I'm all flim flam. Got me in the clim clam. Spinning on my wag wham. Come and say my yam tap. Drum, drum, bang a bang.
There it is.
Right, good. That happened. Perhaps now we could turn to some possible problems with the experiment.
Absolutely. I mean, well, we've got this great big studio to set up your device in. But, well, it is incredibly big, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not very consumer-friendly.
It's a very specific colour scheme.
I wouldn't suit everywhere, I shouldn't think.
Well, I suppose that's true. Theoretically, we could, given enough time, make it a little smaller and perhaps personalise it a bit.
Oh, that would be amazing. I mean, I know I would love a happy button. Maybe you could put them on a key ring. Oh, how great would that be? On a key ring.
Let me try.
Interesting stuff.
JD?
No, it wasn't.
I love that, Patrick. I love it. Oh, what you say, Doctor? Want to go?
Dr. Magnus, alongside these no doubt crucial aesthetic concerns, there are some more rather serious ethical issues, aren't there?
Well, that sounds absolutely fascinating, Jeremy, but we're going to have to stop you there because we are going to introduce our surprise guest.
Oh.
I wasn't told about this.
You know, you've made a fuss again. Please welcome. Well, it's only the bloomin' Prime Minister, isn't it? Julia Salisbury!
You have got to be kidding me.
Oh, and she has her own outfit from the last one, too.
Julia, please! Julia, so
How
good to have
dare.
you on the couch of chat. Oh, you know, I never miss the opportunity to pop in.
It does seem
That's
that
literally
way.
the same outfit she wore on the finale.
In the titles.
I presume you're here for the experiment?
Yes, well, after all, you did pay for it.
Actually, we paid for it.
Yeah, well, you know, when I first heard about this project, I jumped at the chance to fund it. Increased happiness for everyone in the territories. What could be more advanced?
Thank you, Miss Salisbury. We really have appreciated your government's unflinching support for the project.
Oh, you're very welcome, Dr. Magnus. But actually, that's not why I'm here. I just popped in to show you something.
The latest budget forecast, perhaps a groundbreaking new policy document.
God, no. I get enough of that at the office.
Ah.
ready? Pick a card.
Really?
Oh, you're such a party pooper. Pick a card, Patrick. Six of clubs.
I'm putting these sound effects in like a pro, even though I don't really like the stuff I'm putting out here.
Pick a card. Pick a card. Okay. Six of clubs.
Well, obviously the whole pack is entirely full of the six of...
Funding's lovely, isn't it, Charles?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you, yes.
Well then.
Well, as we're all doing magic tricks, let's see if the big one actually works, shall we? Let's go over to the machine.
We shall.
Chester Mims, 24. My favourite tastes are glacé cherries,
I don't think,
and vegetable
once
gravy.
again, I don't think I remember ever seeing a glacé cherry in my
Let the
life.
Prime Minister get to the button.
But Dr. Magnus, all my years of training.
Are as but naught when compared with our annual magnificent funding check.
Don't worry, Mr. Mims. At Advance, we recognise the contributions of all, from the greatest to the meekest, as equally important and equally valued.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
I mean,
Not likely, Alex.
press the button there, so.
I have my bias, I'm sorry. I was disrupt my last game. I'm gonna stay disrupt here.
So, let's get a little countdown going on the screen. And there we are. Lovely. Come on, everyone. So that's 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6, Mr. Donaldson. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mark my words, Winston. I shall be long dead before I ever let this happen at Channel 1.
I'm surprised I can still do that even in the time freeze. Heck yes. Yes. Anyways, nothing here. Let's move on to the next one. It's going to be 2VL next. Wonder what this one's about. On one, we had something Shakespearean. What are we going to get this time for something that looks like a modifying linguistics? Today, satire.
Winston, I'm not what you would call a tech guy. I have a strange glass slab here that seems to want to see my face. I'm not sure I trust it, so I've put a balaclava on. Let's not stick around here any longer than we have to.
Dear Mr. Bozeman, I'm writing to you regarding your bobulectomy and the removed item. Following further examination of the X-ray attached and the examination of the detritus matter removed from the colon, I am pleased to inform you that the polyp removed at your subsequent colonoscopy was indeed, as you referred to it in your correspondence of last month, the little B-word's nose and nothing more sinister. We will speak to you in the clinic to further discuss your symptoms, habits, and the ongoing management of your rectum. Dr. D. Elving. Proctology Department. Huh.
I've told you 1,000 times, Chester. It's the number of... Do you know what? I'm going to text it to you. That way you'll have it written down and I won't...
Bozeman has a really big doctor problem.
Dr. Magnus, the host will be with you shortly.
Thank you.
It's kind of personal, isn't it?
No, you.
Sorry, Dr. Magnus.
God, why do they have to make these keyboards so bloody small?
Everything all right, Carl?
What is that? Secret government technology?
What are you talking about? My phone?
Fine, give me a break.
Well, I really don't know what you're on about. It's not the latest, but
Do you really not have your own phone, Carl?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the wall like normal people.
You used to have a landline.
Jake! Goodness! Hello, Jake. How are you doing? So good to see you. Apologies for the ads. I'll get to you in a second. Is this new content? Why, this is the last DLC for Not for Broadcast, the Timeloop. Oh, that's right, Twitch Turbo. Yeah, Twitch Turbo's heckin' fun. But yes, this is not for broadcast of the Timeloop, the very last DLC in this game, and I'm very excited to finally be playing it. I'm on what looks like to be the last half of the game, actually, finding out who this significant, mysterious woman that the doctor that you see on the left of there might have a crush on.
I've got a phone. This phone's very social. It doesn't even look like a phone.
One doesn't look like a phone.
A phone, apparently.
Well, he has got a point. It does look more like a glass coaster.
Dr. Magnus, Jeremy Donaldson. Jeremy, Dr. Magnus.
Pleasure to meet you, Dr. Magnus. You're the one who came up with the happiness device, is that it?
Well, actually, it's the Euphoria device. The Happiness Collective is the organisation that created it.
Well, I thought it's a vital
Yes, Jake.
Sorry I'm so late. Difficult selfie. Bozeman's new promotional campaign is just nuts.
My new what?
promotional campaign.
Jeremy, the look behind the lens. Come
Bozeman,
on, the engagement.
if it was this time, I would just understand it, but yeah.
I like to keep it on mute.
Knowing this game, I'd also be as confused.
I just want people to call.
Even though I technically grew up around this time.
10 seconds, everybody. Oh, Professor Magnus, your Tom talk was just amazing. 30
I understand what's going on.
4,
You guys do too, don't you?
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. Welcome to this special OneLive.net event hosted by your national nightly news team.
We are, of course, still broadcasting on Channel 1.
This is Dr. Charles Magnus, whose organisation, the Happiness Collective, have built a device to make us all smile.
For more background, click on the link below.
In just a few moments, Dr. Magnus will introduce his device and explain what we can expect to feel tonight.
And, of course, you can get involved in the conversation yourself by using the hashtag SMILE.
So don't close that tab. Keep OneLive.net with you all evening as we bring you the night of hashtag smiles.
The holy heck is a hashtag.
So does anybody need anything?
Well,
Yes, details about this promotional campaign.
Bozeman, if it were me and we were
Of course
breaking the
not.
fourth wall here, I would definitely be talking about that with you.
You're just scaring the children. No. You're just scaring the children.
Why does everyone have to keep plastering their image all over everywhere? I just don't get it.
Jeremy, that's literally your job.
But it shouldn't be, should it? No. I have fact-based information to impart.
Do you?
All I have is bithering opinion.
10 seconds.
It's not the same.
Right, you are.
It's not the same,
Right,
Jerry.
your opinion, is it? Going in 5, 4, 3. Welcome back. We're joined tonight by a face that launched 1,000 memes. It's Dr. Charles Magnus, renowned scientist, influencer, and host of the popular podcast, What's Wrong with Chester?
Hello.
Dr. Magnus, thank you so much for being here. Your Euphoria device has been all over Biff Baff and my face for weeks now, and I don't mind telling you that our comment section is just popping off with questions for you, so let's dive straight in.
Or perhaps, before we do, you might like to talk a little bit about the science involved tonight, Doctor.
Well, actually, there's a documentary available to stream on the Happiness Collective's website, newhappynow.org, which goes into a lot of depth about the theoretical
Our
quantum
greatness
physics
continues
and
to rise.
vibrational science behind tonight's work.
Absolutely, I've watched it. It's fascinating stuff and all in under 2 minutes.
Sounds rigorously academic.
Let's go to the tattle feed now, where incidentally both hashtag smile and hashtag hot doc are trending.
Really?
This is from AJ is R27. They say another thought machine to keep the sheeple happy.
Oh, of course.
Before going on to make some fairly outrageous claims about chimpanzees in the basement of a sushi restaurant and plug his Your Screen channel. But he does end by saying, ask them where their funding came from.
Well, actually, that is a valid question. How did you pay for all this?
Well, AJ is R27. Obviously, we had a very successful crowdfunding campaign on Begging Bowl.
I remember
I'm not following this at all. What do all these words even mean?
And to come to his other points, the machine doesn't actually affect
Oh,
thoughts,
let's
just
see.
feelings.
But aren't they inseparably linked? I mean,
The claim about the chimp fiddling is absolutely just fanciful internet conspiracy nonsense.
Another one of those
Probably put
Alex
out by
Jones
that Alan
references.
James and his ridiculous webcast.
Thank you, Doctor. We'll be looking at more of your questions in a minute, but first, a quick reminder to
Like and subscribe. Yeah, that's right. If you want to be among the first to find out whenever we release new content, don't forget to hit those buttons and keep an eye on your inbox.
Speaking of which, let's get back to tattle. This next toot is from Unity, Dignity and Equality for All. Well, a little on the nose, but fine.
Well, of course.
I, for one, think this experiment is a wonderful idea. Providing happiness for everyone is surely the most altruistic government policy of all time.
Nice
I'm
little
so grateful to Advance
sarcasm to
for-
today's technology and stuff like that.
There's no question there.
No, but a lovely sentiment for the Doctor and his team.
Yes, indeed, and thank you very much. And I would also like to second that thanks to Advance. Even though we exceeded our stretch goals several times over, it still required a huge...
So the main game for this, Jake, is basically you start out as a cleaner, jumping into the news feed after the main editor for the broadcasts has kind of fled the country, and he called to put you in charge. So quite literally, it turns into 6 years of working the news and controlling what the people see, but also your own decisions, especially with the news and the family, matter significantly.
Cash injection from the government to get us to where we are tonight.
And don't
But
forget,
this one is basically, oh, this is a big old time loop and caused significantly by the Euphoria device that has been going on. And we're now using these time loops to try and help Dr. Magnus because we know he's been emotionless for a long time. We find out that he has a deep lover. We need to find out who this lover is just through these universes we're going through.
You've got an unlikely science experiment you want to try.
You can get a government grant at advance.com/fundmydream, and there's a link, of course, in the description below.
Right, this next one is from... Oh, actually, I think I follow her. Yeah, she's a fantastic scientist, and I think maybe even one of your team, Dr. Magnus. This is from D. Klein, 1984. It's been the high point of my career to work with someone as impeccable as Dr. Magnus.
Jake, do you know if I missed
Only the
Meeps
firm
playing
hand of
this
his
or if
leadership can
Meeps has
have brought us
plans
all
to play
the
this?
brighter tomorrow.
It would be nice
He
to
is
see
a
him play it.
stallion among foals. And they sign off with a peach emoji and a heart. Oh, sounds like you might have another fan there. Hashtag hot dog.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you very much, madam. That was too kind.
Yep, he's getting flustered. He's
You
breaking.
were, of course, integral to the development of the Euphoria device, and I wish...
Heard nothing regarding this?
I
would definitely love to see him play this.
Excuse me, do we know if the people sending in these comments and questions are actually watching right now?
Well, they've only just come into the chat, so it's probably a safe bet. Yes. Now, if we could just move on to our
No,
next one.
I think we should start the experiment immediately while Miss D. Klein 1984 is still watching. Chester.
Well, actually, we do have a format that we were hoping to follow, and we're not quite at the point yet where
We
want
can
to
get back to the tattle as soon as we start the experiment. Perhaps when the euphoria kicks in, it won't be so full of angry cunts.
Wow.
To a better tomorrow.
Wow.
Right, we got her surname. Let's get out of here. These bits of glass keep lighting up and buzzing. I think maybe they're broken.
Ending it off with a little bit of a call out to the angry people of today. Anyways, next one. We've done all the 2s. Let's do the 3s next. I'm honestly trying to remember. Yeah, now that I think about it, I honestly am trying to remember if I actually did tell Meeps about this game. What the hell is that language? What the hell?
I've told you 1,000 times, Chester. It's the number of mating rituals I've attended when no one has turned up, followed by the number of blessings the entity has bestowed under my left arm. The date my predestined match was sacrificed by my best
What
friend,
the
the
hell?
age my pet Quaglaw was when I was forced to eat him. The number of times I've communed
The
with
entity-
the darkness.
yes.
And the exact position of the celestial
And to be
bodies when I
clear,
first
to be
felt
clear,
its dark touch.
I am in no way, shape, or form a fan of Lovecraftian stuff. I'm just not a fan of it. I understand the concept. I understand what the devs are going for
you.
based on what I'm seeing here.
Dr. Magnus, I don't like the way it's been looking at me lately. Isn't it possible for me to sit here?
No, definitely not. Honestly,
But
you
yeah,
think too highly of yourself.
I can understand where the
Chester.
devs are
You're
coming
not
from
chosen.
with the Lovecraftian style.
You'll be fine. Now go and wait over there.
Yes, Dr. Magnus.
Be respectful in its presence, please, Colin.
Interesting. Wouldn't want to live here, though.
Live where?
You know, here, with that. Definitely different, though.
What's different?
My clothing choices, if you ask my mother.
She's half blind, though, isn't she?
Doesn't seem to stop her. Jeremy, this is Dr.
Hmm.
Magnus. His assistant's floating around here somewhere too.
Doctor, pleased to meet you. I'm afraid you may find me a little skeptical, though.
Science thrives on being challenged, Mr. Donaldson.
Unexpected turn of events, I know, right?
Curse. High Priest Magnus.
Doctor, I believe.
Either is appropriate.
10 seconds, everybody.
Seems like a conflict of interest to me.
Going in 5.
The whole dream sequence in the base game? Yes, the lockdown segment. I have actually played through that a couple of times, and quite believably, yes, it does give you a big reflection on the past stuff you've done. And if you really wanted to try and improve, yeah, that gave you a chance. But unfortunately, some of us just wanted to keep playing because why the hell not?
Good evening. This one is Jeremy Donaldson.
And this one is Megan
Also
Wolf.
tech savvy.
It's
Hello,
the
how are you doing?
third
So good to
blood
see
moon
you.
In the year of the Severed Heart, and this is an Ancient One special event hosted by your arcane and occult news team.
In an ancient tower, concealed within the hallowed forest of Tittlewood, High Priest Dr. Charles Magnus and his appropriately named unworthy congregation have been working on a grand act of devotion.
They claim their Euphoria device will raise overall happiness levels throughout the country, which, as we all know, provides a dramatic and positive increase in taste for it that devours.
We'll be in and out of the schedule throughout the evening, with our eager team of supplicants standing by up and down its blessed stalking grounds. They'll report live, first, on whether the device has brought a smile to their faces, and then later we'll find out if it's brought flavour to their veins.
We'll have sacrificial offerings from the worlds of science, religion, and entertainment. And of
If
course,
certain
there's
V word, oh, of course. I have a feeling.
So don't move that dial, and as always,
appease the great ancient.
Oh, that is.
That's 45 seconds.
I'll stop there. Great thing you mentioned the lockdown, Jake. In segment 2 of that, Megan, Katie, and Alan also have do that same motion for the Great Ancient as well. So I feel like this is also a nod to that particular moment as well. That explains why. Yeah, as I was saying, it explains why that appears in the lockdown, because guess what? Alex may have gone through this universe at some point.
5.
Welcome back. In just a few swishes of its mighty barbed tentacles, this resplendent machine behind
Actually,
me...
Miss Wolf, I think it might be best if we conducted the experiment sooner rather than later, all things considered.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry, I was still on script. Maybe just a couple of quick introductory chats, though, to set the scene. You are Doctor and High Priest Charles Magnus.
Yes, I suppose so.
Please explain to our undeserving audience, how will
I
this
don't think
device
there's
ease its great
anything
and terrible
useful to us
Well,
here.
As we all know, we are
But I can't speak too soon about these.
However, a few years ago, through a series of carefully conducted rituals, we gleaned that it has always found displeasure in our taste. It's a bit off, apparently. Well, according to our expert divinations, the beast is not content with our flavor. It's because of the soul-crushing fear we experience as it approaches at impossible angles from a darkening sky.
I mean, Bozeman possessing it, will definitely need to keep feeding soon.
Yeah. Our research suggests they can be quite scary too, for those on the receiving end.
I have noticed they often make a lot of a fuss.
I just assumed it was the ecstasy of being among the chosen.
It's a very difficult situation for the Undying One. After all, as we we all know from the texts. Its mere presence shall cause the blood to chill, and its touch brings forth the cold revulsion of disease and decay.
Can see how it might be hard to maintain a smile under those
Yep.
circumstances.
V words being mentioned a lot by some of the audience tonight, or rather, not necessarily, just thoughts in their head.
I see. So it wants us to go to our deaths happy and with a smile, does it? Ignore that pesky survival instinct of ours.
Oh, those pesky humans.
The whole newsroom.
Well, that seems entirely reasonable to me. How do we accomplish it?
Well, once Chester...
He knows.
Once I activate the Euphoria device, we will all be able to remain joyful and at peace, even as we watch our families devoured before meeting our own inevitable fate. We can meet our horrifically visceral ends without complaint or fear.
As the Great Ancient said, no more talking, just go for it already. I know I'm not going to find anything here, just go on.
Bountiful food supply for millennia to come, which I think we can all agree is the ultimate goal.
You'll get no argument from me.
Well then, without any further ado at all whatsoever, let's do this thing. High Priest Magnus, bestow upon us your mighty gift of blissful ignorance.
Well then. He's calling out to me. Anyways, enough of that. Next one, please. At least I already know where I'm going next, because guess what? That. Anyways. We shot this before Everything Everywhere All at Once came out. Games take ages. Oh, goodness.
Thank God. I haven't seen anyone all day. The whole building seems to be an enormous, healthy buffet. I've been snacking the whole time.
I've told you 1,000 times, Cherry. It's the total number of fruit minus the total number
Oh,
of
of course. Bit of a
vegetables
fever dream, isn't it?
multiplied by the
Indeed.
combined
Yes.
ability to keep
A little bit,
medical
yeah.
Professionals away.
I can
honestly
understand.
don't see why that's so hard for you to remember.
If you could just wait here, please, Dr. Mandarin. The host will be with you shortly.
Not him.
Sorry, Dr. Mandarin. Wait, no, please, no!
Colin. Leave that alone, please, Colin. Right. Turn her around.
Leave
Leave that alone, please, Colin.
Then what is?
You're really cute in this universe. Back in a sec.
Winston, it occurs to me, I think I might have been eating the staff. Specifically, Patrick. Just don't tell anyone, alright?
What's happened to her?
Oh, come on,
Warren
Bozeman.
can handle it. He handles everything else. Anyway, Lemony Donaldson, this is Dr. Charles Mandarin.
Ah, of course. Lemony Donaldson, professionally sour.
All the sharpest minds are.
I feel like it's a little bit annoying orange-esque if you think about it.
Professor Mandarin.
Actually, it's Doctor.
Except there's no mouth movement.
And we're
It's
going
just
live in 10.
eyes on fruit.
Shit. Channel 1. It's time for a special event.
5,
We're throwing the regular
4,
schedule away for a
3.
night of smiles with Lemony Donaldson.
Good evening. I'm Lemony Donaldson.
And I'm Mango Wolf. It's the 13th of March 1985, and this is a Channel 1 of your 5-a-day special event, hosted by your National Nightly Fruit team.
In a bowl, nestled on an occasional table in Chittlebury, Dr. Charles Mandarin and his succulently named Gesticulation Collective have been working on a secret project.
They claim their ambulatory device will finally enable us all to grow our own arms and legs, whatever they are. Tonight, live on Channel 1, we'll be putting that world-changing claim to the test.
We'll be in our schedule.
Arms and legs on fruit? This
Lying
is...
about up and down the
Why does it remind me of
Report live
something
on
else?
whether the device has actually given us all the ability to get up off our cores and move for ourselves.
We'll have experts from the world of salad, pudding, and preserves, and of course, those all-important results.
So, Even though you soon might be finally able to, don't move that dial. Stick with Channel 1 all evening as we bring you
The Night of Limbs. Okay, that's 45 seconds.
Limbs.
Really prickly, you know.
Funny, I was going to say the same thing to Lemony.
I don't know what you mean. I have the rind of a young...
I see where you're going with that,
Probably
guys.
give it back to her. When we come back, we'll do the questions about your device, Dr. Mandarin.
Okay, I'll need my presentation though.
Yes, I believe we're just getting it ready now.
Arms and legs. Why do I need to be all snake-like in front of these fruits?
10 seconds. 10 seconds. Going live in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. In just a few minutes, the scrumptious machine behind me will be activated and maybe, just maybe, we will all finally find ourselves freed from our bowls. But first, let's meet the man behind the movement, Dr. Charles Mandarin.
Hello.
Dr. Mandarin, this whole notion of granting fruit self-driven momentum, that's a little
That's
far-fetched.
just Jeremy the Skeptic,
Not at all,
or
Lemony.
this case,
After years
Lemony.
of research, a top team, and some out-of-the-orchard thinking, we believe we've finally discovered the secret of rapid evolution.
Well then, please do tell us how it works.
Well, this is where my presentation comes in handy. If we could just flip over to the first page there.
I love how Colin's just doing everything.
So, as you can see, our current lack of movement will be solved by the additional growth of what I've named limbs. These limbs will be subdivided into two categories. The first pair, we're calling them arms, will allow for more complex tasks and interactions with the environment. The second, currently called legs, are stronger but
Sip,
less
guys, while we're
precise
here.
and will enable us to change our location unaided.
Wow, that is quite the claim. Do you have any idea as to the implications of such a large change?
Well, of course, on the next page, please.
I don't think any other universe does this. At least not the ones we've seen yet.
So, as you can see, we expect a significant increase in productivity for the average fruit. The capabilities of these limbs is really quite extraordinary.
Yes, if we can work out how to use them. Dr. Mandarin, this seems like dramatic, life-altering science. But have you run tests? Do we know this is even safe?
Well, obviously, risk can never be totally eliminated. You can't make a flan without losing a segment, as they say, Mr. Donaldson. However, we've run numerous safety tests on vegetables. They are our nearest biological neighbors, after all, even if they do seem subsentient.
Oh,
We've
do
brought
they?
in our prototype model to demonstrate tonight.
Colin.
Oh, wow, well, that is impressive. And it all works without damaging the poor vegetable.
Well, we're more than 87% confident that any pain felt was minimal at most.
All right, then. Well, thank you for that, Dr. Mandarin. Now let's get that thing out of here, shall we?
How you guys doing in chat, by the way? You guys vibing, chillax? And I didn't even ask about you guys for a while, so.
Cushion for a special message from the Prime Ministers, Peach Clement and Julia Limesbury.
Limesbury! You know what? If anybody remembers bits of your life, they could have had a perfect opportunity to reuse Julia Blueberry here, but no! They decided on something different this time. Wonder why.
But unfortunately, he's got a bit pickled and she's worried he'll just take the piss. So I think we're just going to make our way over to the machine. Oh, careful, Colin. Colin, I can't see.
Watch it!
Stand here,
I wonder who's operating the camera in this world.
I seem to be stuck on the... Oh.
Colin, don't forget about Cherry.
Okay, I think we're all here. I can't really see, so there's that. Who's here?
I'm here.
Me, Cherry Mims, 24 hours old. My favourite places are refrigerators, vineyards and black forests. Also, I'm here.
As am I.
Good. Let's get the countdown started then. Cherry?
Yes, sure. Okay, starting at 10.
9, 8, 7, 6. Come on, Colin.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Colin, just get me out of here.
Could you press that for me, please?
sake.
There we go.
Never liked him. Let's get out of here before the police arrive.
Yeah, fruit's not gonna help me out here. So what's next? Let's get to this area, shall we? Yoink. Exclamation yeet in chat for these loops here.
Yeet.
Yeet. We're yeeting into the next one. Oh god, how far in now?
This is lovely.
This way, please. This is Jeremy.
Welcome, welcome. Delightful to meet you. Jeremy Donaldson.
Dr. Charles Magnus.
Chester Mims. 324.
What?
My favourite Gwangons are Garglax, Kitterkill, and Peng.
Did they just become gay?
Oh, yeah. This is excellent.
Leave that alone.
It couldn't possibly.
Robo Jetty. Brilliant. This is the future then.
It's the present, Colin. Are you feeling all right? Do you need to visit the bliss space?
Or just an act of kindness, like brotherhood.
So funny.
Where is the bliss space?
Same place it's always been.
She was more helpful as a human.
Huh.
Don't be technophobic, please, Colin. The uploaded are just as human as everyone else.
Is everyone in the future this sickeningly nice?
Hmm.
That out tomorrow.
So not in the next 5 minutes though.
Colin, you brighten my day, and I love you.
Aw, sweet. And Colin's like, what the heck?
Right. That's new.
Sorry I'm late.
No, not our good run.
No apology required. You're here on time. This is Dr. Charles Magnus. And this?
Chester Mims, 324. My favourite...
10 seconds.
I'll kiss you later.
No need. I'm not much of one for formalities.
5, 4, 3.
Good evening, friends. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. It's another beautiful day.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. It's the 13th of March in the year 3751, and this is a galaxy-wide broadcast on Interstellar Wave Range 1.
Humanity, as we know it today, is of course...
Oh no, Jaxie, how dare you? Jaxie, why would you do this to me? Jaxie, how you doing? So good to see you. Friends, we've got a Bean Boozled. And luckily, the one that's in my repertoire here. Let's go with this one. It's going to be licorice or burnt rubber. Licorice or burnt rubber. Just finished working 50 hours this week. I cannot wait to get back into full-time work. I mean, it's just going to be reducing my stream hours given the circumstances, but yeah. Fortunately, if I can't get it, then so be it. Full-time dishwashing is killing me, to be honest. I can't handle I wouldn't handle it. I just wouldn't handle it myself. Anyways, licorice or burnt rubber, here we go in 3, 2, 1. Hey. No. Fucking hell. Fucking hell, Jaxie. That was... I got the sweet fucking taste, or the god-awful fucking taste of burnt rubber in my mouth. What the actual fuck? Yes, Jake apparently knows about the new 7th edition of Bean Boozled. Yes, that was one of the new flavors in 7th edition of Bean Boozled.
War, inequality, sickness, crime, and death. These have long been just story beats in cautionary tales we tell our infant clones.
But let us never forget that in our primitive past, these were accepted as inescapable parts of everyday life.
And tonight, according to our guests, we will all be able to experience a long-forgotten sensation thanks to this, their despondency device.
Welcome, friends, with love, to
The Night of Tears.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Jenny, you look lovely. New wheels.
Temporary. I should get my body back next week. There was a hold-up. Apparently it's still only 7 years old, but it'll be back for next Giving's Day.
Oh, same one?
Pretty much.
I have a feel. Okay, so it's probably not futuristic the way that thing is going, but I have a gut feeling they use those little devices today, don't they? For like, you know, those little roll-arounds that people used at like E3 2021 to just roll around certain places at a Twitch party. If you remember E3 2021 when Twitch was covering, there were these same things going around. I forgot what they're called, but it's a nice experience for those using a webcam and then rolling around with themselves, using their own controllers at home. It's a really nice touch, especially when you know you're not going to be everywhere.
How long does Find Mine need?
No more than a minute.
Honestly, forgot about E3.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we all did. It's
This gives us
apparently
all
dead
little
to us
time
now.
To get to know each other before the experiment.
So, Jake, it was an online E3. Not a physical one. But it was also the very last one. Of course, they did have to make those amends to make it work.
I don't know. What does that feel?
10 seconds.
I don't know.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome, friends, with love, to the Night of Tears.
In just a few minutes, the impressive machine next to me will be activated. But before that, let's all adore the man behind the misery, Dr. Charles Magnus.
Hello.
So, Dr. Magnus, if your experiment works, and I, for one, believe that it will, tonight, for the first time in more than a millennium, human beings within range will experience what the history books of...
Isn't that the GamerCon that charges like 10,000 just to get in? I would not know prices, but if you're talking charged enormous amounts of money to try and get in, talk to an attendee. They'll probably say yes.
Sadly. Is that correct?
You are indeed absolutely correct. By analyzing the surviving musical compositions and the literary works from before the fall, we believe we can artificially induce this long-forgotten sensation, or at least something close to it, dissatisfaction, angst, or ennui.
I've got to confess, I'm a little scared, Dr. Magnus.
Oh, there's really no need to be afraid. We've set up the machine to automatically switch
Really
off
doubt
after
10K
an
just to
hour.
get to
In
E3,
case
not
you
even
become
Taylor
so
Swift tickets
sad
cost
we
that
can't
much.
lift up
Fair
our
enough.
Goodness, can sadness do that?
No one remembers, Megan. That's what makes this project so exciting.
And you are Dr. Magnus's assistant.
Chester Mims, 324. My preferred atmosphere is 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and 1% other stuff.
Exactly how sad will your device make us, Dr. Magnus? I've heard legends that sadness can drive people to harm themselves, or write poetry, or become estate agents.
Oh no. Thanks to the sterling work by Dolores and the Atemat emotional resonance, we've been able to develop harmonic limiters.
Oh, look at that.
Will keep sadness levels to no more than a quiet, contemplative weep.
Yes, I hear you've had a huge team working on this. Is there anyone else you'd like to single out for love at this time?
It would be remiss of me not to thank Doris and all of the staff.
I'm not
of
touching that bell.
Metaversal Stability, and of course, Diana and the fine minds in variational linguistics.
Oh, so that's what the initials mean on the relay.
Doreen in temporal attunement and a team of child geniuses. Is there anyone else?
Daisy, in televisual variants.
You think? Oh, why not? Yes. Thank you to Daisy in televisual variants.
How many people worked on this project?
Hundreds.
Thousands, possibly.
And it all culminates in this live test.
But first, a message from the fine mind.
Good evening. That's about 40 seconds back.
What are you guys thinking of this game so far? I mean, we're getting close to the end now, thanks to what we've gathered, but there we go.
Question, and it does seem
It's looking fine for me.
Experience.
Yes, like anger or desire.
Some big gamer con I looked up several years ago. There was at least 5 to 10k for basic reg. I could go to at least 3 to 4 cons that much. Even getting my own room all alone. I can completely understand how expensive cons can get. But for 5 to 10,000, that's got to be ridiculous.
Yes. Oh, my flies are undone.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Safe travels with love.
Well, final checks are being carried out by Mr. Mintz, and I think
wouldn't be worth that much. Definitely not.
Excited, Dr. Magnus?
Yes, I think I am. But hopefully soon I will be utterly miserable.
Indeed. On that, as on absolutely everything else, we can all agree.
Let's push that button and see if we can't stop enjoying our perfect lives. Chester.
Of course. And with love.
That's nearly a down payment on a house. That is absolutely true.
Well, bloody done, Winston. We've done it. I've got her details now, and I've added it to the Rolodex. You can call Professor Dolores Klein for the next loop whenever you're ready. Or you could keep exploring other universes, I suppose.
I do have an achievement that I still want to pick up. Plus, I'm kind of an explorer myself, so let's just see what else is on this screen. 3 variational linguistics. Let's do this. I'm kind of an explorer guy myself. Why not do some exploring while we're here? Here be pirates?
Winston, I don't want to alarm you, but I think I'm moving. And I don't feel good.
Oh no, Bozeman's getting seasick.
I told thee 1,000 times, Chester. It be the number of blind dates I've been on when they all turned out to be
He's getting really seasick.
Left hand before the hook, that is. The date me childhood sweetheart married her second mate. The age of ship's catwalks when it got drowned. The number of conversations I've had with the Pirate King. And the exact time I made me mar walk that blank. We better start remembering or I'll find something to do.
Yes, Captain Magnus, sorry, Captain Magnus.
Brace you sit yourself there. They'll be with you when they're ready.
Oh goodness.
Fuck off, Chester.
Fuck off. That's a good one for pirates.
Leaving that alone, Colin.
Oh, I like this. This could be fun.
We're not in the business of fun, boy. We're in the business of telling people what's what and getting booty while we do. Yo-ho!
Yo-ho! It's funny how they use the fictional version of pirates. I'm pretty sure South Park all taught us the truth behind piracy in these seas.
Okay, let's not push it too far though. Might get old a bit quick this one.
What does Colin think he's getting old? Oh, blast if I know. Boy's got naught but empty sails on top of his shoulders.
Captain Magnus, Captain Doss.
California probably doesn't have a single house under 800k unless it's in the middle of nowhere and it's falling apart. I would definitely ask someone who lives there.
Sorry I be late. Ran into a couple of blackguards. Had to teach them a thing or two about manners.
You must be Captain Wolf. Always thought it was strange there was the two.
Ah, just means there's 2 blades to run you through if you miss me.
All right, you lot, get to it. We're going live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yo-ho! I be Captain Doss.
And I'm Captain Wolf. Yo-ho! Tonight we got a very special announcement for everyone in the fleet, straight from the Pirate King himself, so listen up.
Damn straight. We ain't in the habit of repeating ourselves.
Indeed.
Deep in Dreadfist Cove, in an island that can't be found, Captain Magnus has been working on something that will change the pirate's life for good.
He's got a few things to say, and we got a few things to ask him, so keep watching as we bring you
the Night of Cheers!
Dogs, that's 1 minute back and not a second more. Got it?
Yo-ho!
Yo-ho!
I'm just saying, I don't think pirates really said the word booty, you know, that's how the film is. It's got different meaning.
Shut it, Sprung! I'm the captain round here.
The captain's round.
Right! We're the captains round here. And if we want to call it treasure, gold, doubloons, or booty, we can.
Surely your outbreaks aren't
And
that
there's
frequent.
nothing
20
you can
minutes
do.
for every 60 seconds.
It's your job to just smile and nod. Got it? Good. Now go start the whole device.
I'm sure you understand what I mean.
No one. Have I?
You better show us some respect, Carl. If you want to keep your limbs intact, that is.
Nice. Obviously, fictional pirates did like to make a lot of threats, so there's that.
Back in 5, 4, 3. Welcome back.
Bozeman, we'll get you off the ship soon. Don't you worry.
Only got a few minutes till the machine behind me gets activated. So, tell us, Captain Magnus, what does it do?
Well, Captain, as you know, we pirates love to say, yo-ho! Yo-ho! Well, my Euphoria device will increase the number of holes. Soon we'll all be saying, yo-ho-ho!
I don't trust it. What if it overloads? We could end up saying, yo-ho-ho-ho! Or, yo-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho! Last
Increase the number of
I don't want to be saying yo-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho!
We're not gonna be saying yo-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho!
Yes, I understand it.
We're saying yo-ho-ho! One more ho! Alright?
I feel like this is their version of just happiness at this point, because the theme is happiness.
You be the entertainment.
Don't you worry. We done appropriate preparations. The test will go plenty well. And then I think we'll need to discuss the terms of respect.
How about you tell us all how it all works?
Of course.
Captain Donaldson, you are funny. Why would I tell you how my device does what it does? If I did that, that'd be the first moment I got a knife in me back. My first mate Mims over there would have done that years ago if he wasn't so fucking hopeless.
Agreed. Although,
Of course.
I've got the device right here. So, it does beg the question, Captain Magnus. What do we need you for?
I thought you might try something like that. That's my item precaution.
Don't do anything too hasty like that, Jesus. Easy on the merchant.
Shut your
Oh my God! Where in the hell are you putting that?
Mr. Mims, I'm glad to see nothing went wrong. Now, where's the other?
Other one.
I swear to God, where in the hell? Okay. Yeah, that is just... Okay, come on, man. Come on.
Fuck up your day. Now drop it, you fuck. I hope for your sake, Captain, that this device works. Because if it doesn't, you'll be in a world of pain trying to fix it. Press the button, Cole. Let's get these hoes in and grab us some buttery.
You see, that entire line's going to mean something totally different to a modern-day audience.
Stop your brother and press the button, you. Or I will kill you myself and press the button.
All right, Ryan, do it already.
All right.
Please, can we go? There's nothing even here. I can't reach my desk. And I've been a little ill.
Yep. Seasickness can do that to you. Since we've already done all 12 of these combos, let's try doing something we shouldn't normally be doing. Switch between the numbers first? I can do that. Boop. Oh, and they flash. I wonder what's going to happen next. I wonder what's going to happen next. Code?
I don't like it. I don't like it. Don't like it.
The Unity space?
I don't know what you did, Winston, but this isn't right. This isn't right at all.
Just the Unity space.
I don't like it, Alex. I'm just a voice. I can't see anything, can't do anything. Wait, how
I'm gonna Stanley Parable this one and just let the voices exhaust itself.
Oh God, I can't.
How can you breathe without a body, Bozeman?
Sorry, thought I was suffocating for a moment there. Then I remembered you need lungs to suffocate.
Okay.
With you, Alex. I assume there aren't any buttons around for you to press.
I'm tempted, but I want to wait for a bit.
Communicative type anyway.
I've never been, really. Not really the best.
There's anyone else here? If we wait long enough, will someone eventually come along and find us?
It's the Unity space. Who's around other than just us?
You know, I always just assumed I'd retire and get to live a leisurely life of luxury once I left Channel 1. I had so many plans, and yet not one of them ended with me being a bodiless voice in some sort of echoey void. Just goes to show.
Who here has experience with Unity and can understand the torturous pain of making a world or an avatar in VR chat?
You are there, aren't you, Winston? I'm not stuck here on my own, am I?
Maybe he is.
Oh God, maybe I am.
I read his mind. I read his fucking mind.
It would make sense. After all, who'd just sit there listening to me talk to myself when they could escape this place?
Unity equals scared.
I'm here.
Yes, Citron, yes.
All alone.
Which reminds me, I do need to update my winter paw to add a few things.
To entertain myself, really, so I don't go mad.
Maybe jazz? You know you like jazz. You like jazz?
I should do jazz.
Knew it.
I feel like this place has a distinct lack of jazz. Jazz. Jazz.
That's a nice start. Where to go next?
If I'm just a voice, I wonder. Bozeman, Bozeman, Bobby Bob, Bozeman, 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 Bobby Bob, Bozeman.
Creative mind, you, Bozeman.
Yes, well done, Mr. Bozeman. They always said you could only sing one part, but look at you now. Though I suppose the real test would be... Winston, what you want? 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 Winston, what you want?
You guys enjoying the show?
Winston, what you want? Winston, what you want? Winston, what you want? Winston, what you want? Winston, what you want?
I also noticed the button is in tune with his voice, too.
Wow, I'm a talented voice. Should have given up the body years ago. If you are there, Winston, enjoy the show. Winston, what you want? 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 Winston, what you want?
Bozeman, you are creative after all. He's a creative boy. Very creative. And that button's in tune, oh my god! Oh. Okay, the stuff is exhausted. I'll just go ahead and loop back now. Okay, we're back here now. I'm just gonna have to do... Sorry, I gotta stop that for now. Can we try... Let's see what happens if we do 1 and 2. See what happens then. If my theory of 21 universes is correct. Oh, never mind. It's just gonna take us back to the Unity space.
Let's break the weird with groovy jazz stylings from the boudoir of Bobby Bozeman.
Actually, no, I'm just gonna go ahead and get out of here now while I still can. I've already been here before. Adding feature creep. Come on, man.
The number of blind dates.
And let's try doing the other bit. This bit. So my theory of 21 universes is correct. Maybe I'll just do 14 and just see what happens then. Anyways, off we go, wherever this is. Who the fuck are these guys? Hang on a minute.
Winston, my office seems to have...
Hang on a second.
So, it's a time loop.
Yeah. And a multiverse.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
We can just do one or the other.
Not get...
No. How much is this going to cost?
The button, sir. So this is the button that freezes time, is it?
Yeah. And how much did that cost?
The devs?
I don't know who those idiots were, but I don't like them, and I think we should leave.
I've entered the meta. Yes, I have. Meta universe. Also, I want to clarify something else. That was 3 achievements I got. I got the achievement for Bozeman filling his notebook, the achievement for visiting this universe, and the achievement for visiting every universe. I was aiming for everything in this DLC, but we still have one thing we got to do, and let's just get the Mrs. Professor Dolores Klein into the show. Let's get this over with. Oh, what the fuck? How did... Okay. Let's get out of here. Also, nice little view of Guildford there. Yes, Not Games is based out of a city outside of London known as Guildford. A Tale of Love and Jazz.
Goodness, we're back from the multiverse. A totally original idea here in 1985. Never been done before, but I can't help feeling, given a few decades, everyone will be doing it. Anywho, we've solved this, so don't forget, we care about the audience again. Let's make it a good show. And with that in mind, I've managed to book
Ooh, nice little plan there.
to play in the studio. If Mohammed can't go to the mountain shall come to Mohammed.
I've told you 1,000 times.
And I still wonder who Mohammed
it's the number
is.
Of blind dates I've been on when no one's turned up, followed by the worrying number. Oh, hello, Professor Klein. I didn't know you were attending this evening.
Good evening, Dr. Magnus. It was all a bit last minute, I think.
Did you know about this?
If you could just sit here, please, Dr. Magnus. The host will be with you shortly.
How you guys doing, by the way?
Are you not staying, Chester?
Yes. Where are you going, Mr. Mims? Sit down.
Didn't you just...
Professor Klein and I think you have a lot to add.
Leave that alone, please, Colin.
This is more like it, yes. Everything's in its place.
You okay, Colin?
Why can't I just be... I did not sing it.
Why would I?
Oh, and you would... Colin, you would think you're in the musical universe.
On the article and he says to talk about love.
Who does? Bozeman? Has he lost his fucking mind?
That's a nice smiles, Jeremy. Oh, emphasise.
Jeremy Donaldson, professional matchmaker, apparently.
Goodness, I hope we won't be needing one of those.
A matchmaker? God, no. They're very thorough. Ridiculous.
Bozeman held me up. Did he ask you to?
Cupid here, just relay the message.
I heard that. Well, really good with wings on.
I assume Bozeman is doing the right thing by talking about this.
That's a look.
It's time for a special event.
5,
We're throwing the
4,
regular schedule away
3.
for a night of smiles with Jeremy Donaldson and...
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf.
Apparently, Bozeman knows what he's doing, he thinks.
And this is a Channel 1 special event hosted by your national nightly news team.
What is happiness?
It's a
It's a question that has baffled artists and poets since the dawn of time. Primitive caveman, romantically rendering his intended unconscious with a simple stone club, to the jazzman and their spooky clubs. Loosening libidos with each daring new
Or the audience, tap, tappity, tap, tapping their toes to the crazy rhythms of the mysterious night in an effort to unwrap her most intimate secrets. Who wrote this?
The saying, if the mountain will not come to Muhammad, the Muhammad must go to the mountain, that guy said is a reference to a story by Francis Bacon. Okay, so, Xylanth, you might be correct in the correct quote, but Bozeman intentionally reversed it here by saying the metaphor in relation to his in the start of the time loop, he mentioned he was going to Smiling Toots Johnson in his Jazz Fandango. He decided that for this loop, he wanted to bring the band to Channel 1 instead for performance because it's about love and trying to bring Magnus and Klein together. Looks like.
Bozeman, apparently.
They having a midlife crisis.
And yet she eludes us, this fragile happiness that flits from heart to heart, staying only as a guest until, of course, we are found by our true love and our heart starts to beat in syncopation with it.
For when we are in love, every moment is happy, every sound a melody, every face is radiant, beautiful and engrossing as an alley cat.
And when they find the first word ever scrawled to the cave walls in the flickering light of that primitive flame, you can bet your soul that that word would be love.
When hearts beat in syncopation is probably something wrong.
One evening as we bring you
the Night of Love.
You know, Winston, we've reached the end of our journey. There have been ups, there have been downs, but in the end, we've come through it a little older and a little wiser. And I, like you, am looking forward to going home. So let's make it a good one.
What I'm thinking, Bozeman, is that you might be overdoing this, and you might not be able to get Dolores and Magnus together. That's my thoughts. But let's hope this works nonetheless.
Welcome back. Not long now until we take a trip to Planet Bliss. So let's meet the interplanetary cat who'll be our cosmic tour guide, Dr. Charles Magnus.
Good evening.
And with you, you have today...
Chester Mims, 24.
This is Professor Dolores Klein. She
A syncope is when you faint. Oh God!
Residence and has been responsible.
I think Bozeman was trying to go for some metaphors and stuff, such as a
Good job, Doctor.
Professor Klein.
So sorry, of course, Professor
Please
Klein.
call me Dolores. Professor Klein sounds like my grandfather.
Surely not the Professor Klein, inventor of the word.
Yes, that's him.
My goodness,
I have a feeling we're going to know what's coming next.
At least until Florence came along and stole your
Yes.
Please don't use
he
the
did say
F
that.
word in front of Professor Klein.
I knew he was going for it.
But I didn't use the F word, I just said fart.
Will you stop saying that?
What, fart?
Oh, those things cost us everything we had. My grandfather died destitute. Crushed under a crate of his favourite worms he was trying to get down from the top shelf to polish.
Now, do you see what you've done? I've a good mind to cancel this experiment and walk off the show.
Yes, hurrah!
We've all worked too hard for too long. I will control my unmanageable rage. I apologise for my outburst, Mr. Donald.
Indeed.
That really wasn't an outburst.
Never apologise for your passion, Dolores. It's
Again, it seems like he's overdoing it.
impeccable at your job. I might even say precise.
You say the nicest things, Charles.
At least it's somewhat working, question mark?
So when the device is switched on, will we all experience love?
Oh, Christ, no. That would be catastrophic. People in love are mentally ill. They shouldn't be allowed to fly aeroplanes or perform sensitive tasks. No, our device will simply bring about a sense of...
Not able to be packed.
Love can be terribly painful.
Yes. Best avoided. Probably.
There's enough subtext there to fill a poetry book, but apparently we are going to lift the needle from the grooves of the record of love and take a trip downriver to the white waters of Advanced HQ, the sounds and stylings of the country's most powerful couple. I am guessing that means we're talking to the Prime Ministers. So.
Who, just to be clear, are in no way romantically involved.
Well, that's probably a good thing. There's no place for romance in the workplace, after all.
Can't say I disagree.
Also, yes, there are children in the background. I have my door closed, but they're still loud as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So have I. That's what I've heard too.
Let's go to that message now.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of Advanced Junior, and I just wanted to wish all of you the very best
Let's
of
see
luck
what
with
these
tonight's
guys have to say now.
groundbreaking experiment.
When this project landed on my desk, I just knew it deserved to be funded. After all, what could possibly be better than increased happiness?
And now, here's a little something what I wrote earlier, especially for tonight.
I
It's a love
assume
poem,
Peter only
which I
got the
want to
memo from
dedicate to
Bozeman and
everyone
not
at the
Julia.
Happiness Project and, of course, Mrs. C.
So it's a big well done from us to Dr. Magnus and the entire team at the Happiness
I
Collective.
think
And now
they're just falling. I think they're doing it. It's looking like it on camber one.
sure?
It's definitely looking like love right at the start there.
Christ, I'm nervous. Not much of a
You're
poet,
You're gonna
ladies
be
and
okay, Peter. Just read the poem and we're good.
Are you okay?
Come on, Clement, stop fuck-arsing around and let's get the gimlets smiling. True love don't come along every day. So when it does, you should make hay. If that man gets you dripping, say yes to the whipping, as his famous old man used to say.
Of course, it's always the famous old man.
Okay. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Back to the studio.
Fantastic, the Prime Minister's there, and of course without the assets and wealth funding you received.
We'd still be making prototypes out of hope.
And you are Chester.
Chester Mims, 24.
Yes.
I'm attracted to badgers, some shelving units, and women between the ages of 22 and 51.
That is very
Press
specific.
the button, are you?
Again, Chester's an
I rather think
overshare.
the two of us should push it, don't you, Professor Klein? Why don't you put your hand on top of mine?
Yes, of course.
That's right. And Dr. Magnus, why don't you put your hand on Professor Klein's? That's right.
What a wonder.
Go on, man, tell her. This is what we've been waiting for.
You're all right, Charles.
I feel a bit dizzy, if I'm honest.
Do you need to sit
Do you think
down?
this'll work?
No, I think I need to say something. Something I should have said a long time ago.
Well, perhaps you should say it during the break, Dr. Magnus.
No, you're right. How silly of me. What was I thinking?
Okay, I think we're going to get a counter on the screen there. We're going in 10, 9, 8, 7. Come on, Dr. Magnus. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Why the hesitation, man? Why the hesitation?
I love...
Well, Winston, I'm sorry. We've exhausted each and every one of my ideas. We even traversed through multiple parallel universes, and we still couldn't solve this thing. I suppose we'll just have to get used to this tortured existence, trapped in time.
You guys didn't see that, right? Did you just catch for a glimpse of a second, right? A glimpse. Megan Megan, of all people, pressed the button. How dare she? Megan's sus. I'll say that much.
You might find it amusing to make my channel into a zoo, but I am in no mood. Call Dolores again. We just did that, Alex. It was close, but no fandango, I'm afraid. Oh, I see. Throw everything together and maybe the chaos will push Magnus and Dolores together? Well, it's worth a shot, I suppose. Go for it, Winston. Make it happen.
So what I'm saying here, Bozeman, call Dolores and the previous guests, and maybe, just maybe, this whole thing might turn into a big heckled mess and we'll probably get that I love you sooner. Who knows? Maybe we find success. But, Bozeman, out of pure request, can we please not overdo it this time? Before this possibly final segment begins, I'm going to take a quick bio break. When we do come back, let's see if this is going to be the very end of it. Now's a good time, guys, to get yourself a beverage, a snack, whatever you guys need to enjoy the rest of the stream. Do not go anywhere. More novel broadcast of Timeloop when I come back. A brief bio break. When I come back, we're going to continue on this main mission into the Golden Hills. Well, there's a good reason why I'm taking a bio break.
Going with the day after. Final answer.
Hey, chat. Remember what emote I told you guys to bring in when Sebi won the $1 million last time? Gonna do it again because Jaguar has done it a third time in a row!
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Why do we also get the boyfriend down here to celebrate?
She can't bite me, that's for sure.
Dances I have on here are the Fortnite dances. And maybe
Yes,
this.
I mean...
How about the lips dances?
Badger, do the badger, do the badger.
Fuck. Let's go for it.
Oh, please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Jesus.
Where's the leak,
Little
ma'am?
shit.
Friends, welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed the break. That was interesting to wait for it to come back. And of course, I'm certainly ready to possibly finish this once and for all. So, let's go. How you guys doing, by the way? Those of you chillaxing and vibing to the good stuff. What are you guys doing in the background? All good things. Like, if you're playing a game, what are you playing right now?
Gather on set, please.
Jenny, what's going on? Oh, hello, Robert.
Jeremy, Miss Wolf, assembled guests.
All right there, Bobby.
Good evening, Mr. Algebra. I have gathered you all here to help me with a televisual experiment. Why us? You are available.
I'm between shoots.
I have a book to promote.
Whereas I've been up since 5 yelling at my staff at my capital restaurant, but I'm here too because I'm not fucking lazy.
I'm just here to break hearts and sell garden furniture.
Could we all please just focus?
Sorry, Bobster.
Tonight's television
He made a
program
promise
is
earlier
entitled
that he
The
would
Night
never put
of
Jeff
Smiles,
Algebra on his show
ostensibly
again.
Because we're testing the Euphoria device. But this is a ruse. There is but one aim and one aim alone for tonight's program.
Ratings.
No. Love.
Oh, how gorgeous!
Two of tonight's guests, namely Dr. Dolores Klein and Dr. Charles Magnus, have fostered a deep, unspoken love for each other through
Interesting
many
golf
years
clip, and I
of
just took a shower
tedious
after dinner.
scientific research.
Nice.
Yet neither has
Be
had the
clean,
courage to speak
not
of their
stinky,
affections.
like some of you say I am.
Isn't a film like this one?
Oh, was that The Love That Couldn't Sing?
Oh, you've seen it?
I've watched everything you've ever made, usually with my trousers off.
I'm sorry,
Jeff's
Robert,
weird.
But we've been planning the show for weeks, and surely the experiment takes
Fuck
priority
the
here.
experiment!
Finally,
You have
he says it!
idea what you're talking about. I've seen more versions of this than I care to remember, and I know more about the next 10 minutes than the greatest minds in history. Just get the two fucking scientists together, and I will buy you all fucking houses. Understood?
Probably a promise that he's not gonna make.
Is that understood?
Yes.
Or keep.
Good. Try not to be too obvious about it, Alan.
Why is he picking on me?
You've just got one of those faces.
Oh, and don't mention Floods.
Crazy Neil never mentions floods.
We've still got 6 containers of worms to ship.
Yeah, well, they'll never sell. Everyone's using floods these days. More stable at the knuckle joint.
You never forget your first flard.
Great for basting and for throwing at your kitchen staff.
The third Mrs. Neil kept one in the bedside drawer.
Oh, sweetie, we all do that.
I literally just told you not to talk about fucking Floods.
Fucking Floods. Wait, Floods are being fucked now?
Let's get this started up again.
What did he mean?
Flards are being fucked now, apparently. That's what it is.
TV was being a matchmaker.
So don't then. This is my wheelhouse. Definitely leave it to someone with an EQ.
You're replacing me, David.
Oh, Cecily, you're irreplaceable.
Even so, you will. For the best I've ever seen.
Okay, if we could clear the sofa, please.
Clear it now? When possibly you two still have enough room? I think I have a gut feeling where this is going.
That's my chair, Jeff.
Oh, sorry. Right you are. Room for one. Right, yes. Sorry. No, of course, yeah. Not in the staff room now, Jeff.
Very well.
I think there's room here.
Oh, thank you.
I'll just budge up a bit.
Room for me on the end here, probably.
I am pretty sure that you definitely... Okay, I see where this is going.
Just a bit of a squash.
Would you rather I stood?
I see where this is going.
You're fine, Charles.
Remember, everybody, L-O-V-E.
10 seconds, everybody.
They're scientists. They can spell, you doofnut.
5, 4,
Right. I've done everything I can, Winston. The rest is up to you.
I'm
Have a great show.
And I'm Megan Wolf. It's the 13th of March, 1985, and you are here with us.
Sorry.
You seem to be perspiring rather a lot.
Oh, he's flustered. He's flustered.
Experience of mild acceleration, I think.
Oh, let me check.
Is this a good time to mention my new book?
We haven't even got to the opening titles yet, Alan.
What are you going to keep that book on, friend?
Oh, God, not you as well.
You want to buy a shelf? We got all sizes, crazy sizes, and crazy prices. Let's have a look at that book, friend. Yeah, it's here. In this.
What is that? You.
Sip, real quick, guys. Make sure your hydration check as well, too. I've played mini golf and Wii Sports Resort, but not golf with friends. Golf with your friends is such an awesome experience. For those of you that have the game yourself, you may have also seen the announcement from the devs at Blacklight. Those developers actually brought up that they made a new DLC map, and I've actually had the opportunity to actually play it for you guys. Or at least, just play it off stream, so I could actually play it along with you guys. The fun bit about that map is, it's kind of Greek to me. Sip. But also, given my family has a Greek heritage, I can kind of understand a little bit of the references there.
Come here. What is that? Do you know?
Nah, too crazy for me.
You're a maths guy. What a
What?
Oh, God. Not the most technologically advanced, the fucking political guy himself.
Your heart rate is extremely fast. Are you all right, Charles?
I feel as if an eruption is building inside me, if I'm honest, Dolores.
What VEI?
As much as 7, I'd say.
Do you mean millimeters, Alan? What? Do you mean millimeters? Oh, I see what's happened there.
Fucking useless! My book!
Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I just needed a bit of a. Oh, yes. Yes, I'm feeling a bit better now.
Magnus.
Please watch out for my tiny book.
Doctor, are you quite all right?
Yes, I think it's just a little anxiety.
Oh.
From me? I'm so sorry, Charles. You're probably allergic to my perfume.
No, it's not you. You smell like a puppy on a fresh spring morning or an orchard in bloom. It's not you, Dolores. It's probably just the experiment.
You know, it's times like these you could really use a flard.
Fucking algebra.
There it is. Sorry, probably my accent. I said, it's at times like these you could really use a flard.
Shut it!
What's fucking wrong with you?
What? Look, what is your problem with flards anyway?
Floods destroy my family.
Ah, wash my hands.
Oh, Charles, you saved me.
And I always will, Dolores, if you let me. I love you, Dolores.
Aww.
Even if it did take a mild workplace accident to enable me to say it.
Love.
Kind of just sitting on me now.
At last!
Gosh, I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
So sorry.
Just roll the opening titles.
Well, Winston, this menagerie
Love.
appears to come up with
It's
better
finally
methods.
come out.
Of course, it goes without saying that if we do break out of the loop this time, we'll go home to our respective families, carry on as normal, and never speak of this again. Wouldn't want to have any confusing references or continuity breaks in the future.
It's a good point for us to not talk about it with anybody, especially our families. Yeah. They don't even want to know what we've been through. Especially given how it could cause a lot of, like, damage. If you know what I mean.
Welcome back to the Night of Smiles. The machine behind us will make you all happier. Believe it? Neither do I. But let's press the button anyway and see what happens.
Wow, yes, let's
Let's
do that.
see
I
if we
think
can get
a
this thing
counter on the
working.
screen here. Here it is, and we're going in 10, 9, come on everyone, 8,
Come on, Magnus.
4, 3, 2, 8.
Dr. Magnus?
I'm sorry, Chester. I'm sorry, everyone. The experiment cannot proceed.
Thank God.
What are you talking about, old boy?
Ah, don't worry about it. I've been a fraud for years. My real name's just Neil.
This device is a fraud. A paper tiger.
No, Dr. Magnus, we've attuned
It
everything.
doesn't matter. We don't need a machine to bring us happiness any more than we would want someone to eat for us or laugh for us. We don't need a euphoria device. Happiness is everywhere, already, and it's different for everyone. For me, it's how I feel when I look into Dr. Klein's eyes. And at her meticulous research. But for you, it might be a particular view at sunset, or the darkness of a theater just before a play is about to begin, or your mother's cooking, or all of these things.
Hi, Mama. How are you? So good to see you. We're in such an emotional
We don't
moment.
need anything to make us happy. We just have to go out and grasp it.
Yes.
Just inhibit the machine.
Yes, Dr. Magnus.
Yes. Yes.
Machine inhibited. Suppose we can all go home.
I'm going to pause here. We've had an ad break. I know some of you aren't don't have ads, so I figured, hey, this is a good time for us to chit-chat. What games are you looking forward to? I mean, for me, I'm still looking forward to actually playing that crazy game that everybody's been playing. Thank goodness you're here. Although, now that I think about it, I do still have a VR game called Riven that I still need to finish. And then I still have Cosmic Shake that I just started that I still need to finish. I've been way behind on a lot of these things. Am I doing okay? I'm doing fantastic, thank you for asking. But yes, just a lot has been going on for me, and I just... Those of you that are still here beyond the... or at least... Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to take this opportunity before we finish this up to say thank you all so much for continuing your support, even if it's not financial, even if you're just coming every day just to enjoy the vibe, the chill vibe nature of just doing whatever it is I love doing best, playing games for you guys. And yet, it's emotional moments like this that literally make me the happiest Fulf I could possibly be. Not for Broadcast is one of my favorite games now of all time. Even if it's not widely known to everybody, I just have a deep connection to this that makes me just want to come back, want to just keep doing my research. I'm on the Not for Broadcast wiki doing a couple of edits here and there. It doesn't hurt to just go in, try to remember everything that you've seen, and just use that to help you. And even then, the story is just way too immersive. Thank you for coming in and helping me show off one of my favorite games of all time. Not only courtesy of another Twitch partner, for those of you that know Laughin', I saw him play this game first, and believe me, he had a very good time with it, too.
So there you have it. If you want happiness, go out and get it.
So what now?
We're going to the CFL.
Really? Okay, if you say so. We apologise for the change in tonight's schedule.
Finally got capture card working. Nice.
Which was mainly caused by love, I suppose.
The universe is probably safer, and our boss owns us a house. So all in all, a good evening.
But it's about to get even better as we have a treat in store. It's all the highlights from today's semi-finals of the Feline Football Championships. So let's go to that now.
Jolly good show there, Alex. Jolly good. I'll see you tomorrow, when we can get back to the real news.
So what now? Surely the loops haven't ended, have they? Ah! How dare you, Jaxie? Colin? Huh. I wouldn't suppose that the loops were caused by the button, the machine itself. Yeah, ow! He did it! He ended it! And the thumbs up of approval. Thank you, Colin! Ah! Drum, drum, bang a bang, straight up, wham, wham. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Drum, drum, bang, bang. Drum, drum, bang a bang. Now I'm all flim flam. I'm a whack wham. Drum, drum, bang a bang. Kichi, thank you for that, Pats. I'm tempted to cover a lot of songs from this game, I swear to God. Obviously, the button itself did nothing. I just mean that every loop they hit the button to cause it to loop. Exactly! He realizes at the very end that it's not actually a happiness button. It's just a button that causes time loops. And to realize it just as well. Only us, Bozeman, and Colin knew about the whole time loop situation.
Yep, thank you.
Well, there was that. But yes, I do believe that it was definitely that. But this game is so awesome, especially this new DLC. It was really just the culmination of everything that made this so special for me. It was the culmination of everything that made it so special. But let's see what this post-credits scene has to offer for us.
All right, lovers, Gary Kibberley, you join me for the CFL
Dan.
Championship Cup semi-finals. The Fluffers versus the Meows. 7 minutes on the clock. The Duke with the first goal of the game, a flick of the tail nonchalantly into the net.
Perkins, we're not done yet.
Duchess in support. Any part of the ball crosses the line, it's a goal.
We're not done yet.
All getting lively in the semi-final now. You can see Tiddles has a go at Cuthbert, knowing he's going to get that reaction. He gets exactly what he wanted. Paw to the face. It's an early red card. They're down to 3 caps in a semi-final. The returning Cuthbert makes no difference here. Top scorer for the Fluffers this season, Duke. Rear hind finish from the halfway line.
Hey, there you go.
Blinding. There's a clear instruction here at half-time from Monty Fortune. Get out there, lay the law back down to them, boys. Do not let them get away with this. Fight! The Duchess has a go at Cuthbert, and as you see, he slinks off to the on-field vet. He's going to need stitches. Last action of this semi-final. Unbelievable finish. Here it goes.
Oh, there it is.
There it goes. It's unbelievable. Off the post and in. It's 3-0. It's game over. And in the words of Monty Fortune, true master trouncing.
Anyways, with Timeloop done, I do have one more thing I do want to do, and this is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I'm going to go back to, now, my original campaign. I'm going to go back to my original playthrough. I'm going to go back all the way to...
What a wild ride this has been. Well, that's a very blunt.
Okay, that was interesting. Anyways, I have a thing I wanted to try, and that's exactly... Here's the thing.
And have confidence that
you get 2 free endings when in each playthrough of Not For Broadcast. The very final decision of the game decides is the split between those 2. And I got the one where I played the tape at the very end. This time I'm gonna go back in and try not playing the tape and see what ending I get. So let's see what happens this time. We've entered the Couch of Chat section with the calls not working, the invasion from Disrupt, and then a potential tape exposure. What happens if we don't play that? Also, I just noticed something. Timeloop subheaders had the lowercase letters. Why did they not use uppercase like this? Anyways.
You know what, Winston? I think I finally understand your disdain for this job, this place. Looking at this farce, what's the point? Why are we even bothering?
Both at the same time, Colin?
That is not.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Catholicism runs in my family. The Sprongs are huge in circuses and casinos. And brothels.
Everybody okay in here?
Yeah, we would be if you stopped asking us questions like that.
We're expecting troublemakers, but nothing serious. You might hear some noises, but it's nothing.
Oh yes, the broken stuff going around. I remember this.
Nobody freak out when the shooting starts, okay? The show must go on and all that. Tits and teeth. Oh, God, sorry.
Thank you, Jenny. Tits and teeth, armed and ready.
10 seconds, everybody.
That's in the business.
Yes. In 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the nightly show where it's time for the Prime Minister to face the toughest critics in the territories. You lot out there.
Call us on the usual numbers with your questions for the Prime Minister.
First up, we have Humphrey from Hamble Bamblebury.
Lovely place. I'm hoping to retire there.
Oh, good choice.
Are you there, Humphrey? Are you there, Humphrey? Hello, Humphrey. Hello, Humphrey. We appear to have lost Humphrey. We'll try and get him back, but let's go to another call in the meantime. Who have we got next, Patrick?
Next up, we've got Mandy from Arsminster. Oh, I don't think I'll be retiring there.
Hi, Mandy. You're through to the Prime Minister. What's your question?
Hello? Hello? Mandy? What's going on, Jenny?
We try not to talk to the crew.
Jenny?
The lines are down.
Oh, well, call down to maintenance and get...
We can't. All the lines are down.
I'm sure that ever known Patrick to be a woman's... Okay, so here's the funny bit, Jake. If you remember early on in this game, there was another character with the same name. Later on in the game, he says something that clearly offends the government to the point where he realizes, suddenly runs off, and his assistant, actually named Francis, has to jump in and pose as him. This is exactly who this is. She's posing as Patrick just for the sake of... Yeah. Just for the sake of keeping his name alive.
Apologies to our viewers at home. We seem to have a few technical gremlins making mischief behind the scenes. So while we're getting back up and running, Patrick has a couple of questions that were sent in by our viewers earlier this week.
No, Jake, this is, if you don't want spoilers, then you might as well just hop out while you still can. This is actually the finale of the main game.
I do? Oh, yes. yes, no, of course I do. Well, our first question is from Trisha.
I didn't quite get this finale.
Camera Avenue. And what she really wants to know... Lock the door! Don't! Lock the fucking door!
Listen to the CCO! Seal the doors!
What the hell?
You're Jenny, aren't you? Come here. Don't be afraid, Jenny. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to hurt anyone if we don't have to. All I want you to do is to keep the show on the air. Do you understand? Just do your job and everything will be all right, okay?
Don't be afraid, Jenny.
You two, on your knees over there. Move! So, this is the famous couch of chat, eh?
I'm gonna stop
the questions at gunpoint, Mr.
I'm
James.
not doing any more sound effects.
You're not at gunpoint, Prime Minister. They are.
Please don't kill me, please.
Nevertheless, if you think I'm going to answer to you, then I'm
Oh,
afraid
you don't
you're
have to answer to me, Julia. Are the doors locked and sealed?
Yes, sir. No one's getting around.
Good. Good. All clear.
Good. Thank you. Yes, good.
Yes, Jeremy is properly back.
Hello, you.
Of course they hug it out. They're lovers. The two of them love each other, and they know it.
Make contact.
We've only put you in their crosshairs. I'm sorry.
Rotten, selfish bastard.
Yes. Keep the show going for me.
Of course.
Let them go, Alan. There'll be no killing tonight.
Yes. No deaths here.
Hello. Sorry, I don't think we've met. I'm Patrick Bannon.
Is that what you're telling yourself, is it?
But yeah, as you can see, Jake, Jeremy knows who the real Patrick Bannon is, and that is definitely not him.
Sorry for barging in. Hate what you've done with the place.
Me too. Would you like your spot?
It's yours now. You wear it well. So, let's talk, shall we?
Armed security are on their way, Mr. Donaldson. I know you know that.
Oh, we'd best make use of the time we have then, eh?
Of course.
Well, I'll leave you to it then.
No.
Well, I'll leave you to it then.
I think you should stay too.
For safety.
I think you should stay too. For balance.
Indeed.
Good
Definitely
evening.
need both sides of this
I'm
story for
Jeremy
this.
Donaldson. Let's welcome back the National Nightly News. Tonight I'm joined by probably the two most influential people in the country, if not the continent. So let's see if we can't kick over a few rocks and see what's lurking underneath. Prime Minister, if I could turn to you first.
I have nothing to hide.
Except that which is already hidden. Prime Minister, what is norethindrone? Prime Minister, what is norethindrone?
I beg your pardon?
Norethindrone. It's used in birth control, among other things. If you haven't heard of that, perhaps you could enlighten us in regards to Agrobacterium tumefaciens.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Mr. Donaldson.
Well, that suggests a lack of attention
Of course
to
I'm not
detail,
going
Prime
to
Minister.
censor what Advance
It's a
wants.
bacterium used in the genetic modification of an organism. And I found traces of both these substances in every single one of the menu centre food boxes that I've had analysed, from across the territories, if you're wondering.
What exactly are you suggesting?
I'm not
She's
suggesting
hiding.
anything, Prime Minister. I'm just pointing out the facts.
Oh my God.
Pointing out the facts.
Is that why Kate and I can't have...
So you blamed it on the radioactive clouds from your bombs?
Before Stacey, we tried so many times.
This is a lot to take in for them.
Prime Minister, is there something wrong with the food? Is there something wrong with the food?
This is definitely a lot to take in. She's mad.
Fine. You want the truth? You think it'll help your viewers sleep at night? Well, here it is. 6 years ago, when we came to power, we had access to the real facts and figures. And they told us we were doomed. The population was expanding at an unsustainable rate. Within 50 years, we would be out of natural resources. We would war over fuel, and then inevitably food and clean water. It was no exaggeration to say that we were facing extinction. It was supposed to be opt-out contraception, an end to unwanted children, a chance to rebalance. But
Of course,
something went wrong
this
in the
feels like
testing
this.
phase.
This feels familiar to me.
Nature took over. I never wanted this.
So you covered it up and blamed the sterility on the bombs.
Oh, please don't lecture me on morality, Mr. James. Your hands are far too dirty for that.
Disrupt only did what had to be done.
Disrupt are not the answer. You'll just take us to an even more extreme version of where we were before. Your miserable policies will kill us all.
I'm not the one who built the transition centres.
No, you're from a time where people didn't even have the basic right to choose how and when to die.
You turned children against their parents.
We enabled young people to speak up about the abuse that they were facing. And
Oh.
guess what? Most of that abuse came from within their own families.
Identity cards!
Grow up!
Sterilised us against our will. Sterilised us against our will.
Yes, Disrupt and Advance do have their own
sustainable
censoring.
That's too much. That's not for you to choose. That's not for you to choose.
Well, if not me, then who? Who would choose it for themselves?
And isn't that at the heart of all this? You don't trust us to choose. You think you know best, you know what's good for us, and if we disagree with you, then you'll send us to betterment. That's why there's no news anymore, because there's no choice, so there's no point.
There should be elections.
Elections have been suspended.
Time to unsuspend them then. If you want to carry on,
Indeed.
you'll need a mandate. We have people ready to stand against you in every territory.
So, let's turn to you, Mr. James.
Yes. I want
Very
to assure
well.
the public that though Disrupt are occasionally forced to violent means, we are not by nature a violent
Jenny?
organisation.
Yes, Jeremy?
Could you have this queued up for us, please?
Yes, Jeremy. It'd be a pleasure.
Is that from Disrupt leadership?
In a way. Mr. James, before you launch into your rather premature election campaign, I think
I
it'd be
wonder
useful
if this
for
is
the
going to
viewers
do a
at home
thing.
if you were to also answer a question or two.
Of course. When we come to power, one of the first things we'll do is restore a free press. The truth is very important. No more hidden secrets.
If you say so. From whom do you take your orders, by the way? From whom do you take your orders?
I beg your pardon?
Well, You're Disrupt's spokesman, but for whom do you speak?
We know, but we're not playing that tape.
Can't tell you. It's too dangerous for me to say.
Should you go to bed? Xylant, you have yourself a wonderful night. Thank you so much for stopping on by. Please take care of yourself.
I've met with them almost 5 years ago now, back when I was a news anchor. And I also met with them a week ago to discuss tonight's activity. I think they wanted to check that I'd stick to the script, which really shows how little they know me. So this time, I wore a hidden camera. Would you like to see a little of what we discussed?
No, you can't. She'll have them arrested. They'll be dead by morning.
Not an unfair assessment.
Fortunately, it's not up to me. It's up to Alex in the broadcast room. What screen, Jenny?
Screen 4.
No, you can't. My people will stop you. Cut the power to your machines.
Well, I would imagine mine will be doing their level best to ensure that Mr. Donaldson's footage gets the airing it deserves. After all, my security forces will be here soon, and I imagine this will end very badly for all of you.
Queued up and ready.
Thank you, Jenny.
I'm not showing this.
Showing this will have consequences.
I'm not showing this.
For someone not showing it. It's up to you.
I'm not showing it.
Alex, you've got to
This time, Alan is
Please
safe.
Don't fall at the last hurdle.
Oh damn! Glad I'm not making this choice.
All our good
I'm not making this choice. I'm not sharing this with the world. For your protection, Mr. James.
Please, don't play that footage. Don't play that footage.
Alex didn't play it.
Really?
Really.
They'll be locked out by now.
We risked our lives to be here tonight.
I was locked out from the beginning anyways.
Prime Minister. All Alex had to do was press a fucking button.
But that's what you've never understood, is it, Mr. Donaldson? Just because the button's there doesn't mean it has to be pushed.
Just because the gun is there, you don't necessarily have to grab it.
Oh, but you have to push the button. You have to pull the thread. It's your fatal flaw.
No, it's not. It's what makes him great.
Not every story should be told, Jeremy.
We have a duty to the truth.
But there are so many truths. I'm a terrorist. I'm a freedom fighter. I'm a raving lunatic.
I'm the woman who killed millions. I'm the woman who saved billions.
All of these things are true. But this program and all the others like it, they pick which truth to tell, which way to word those truths.
Without the tacit backing of this station, Mr. James' organisation would never have achieved what we've seen here today.
We back neither Mr. James nor his organisation.
Peter hated how you'd bend the truth or show us only what you wanted us to see. It's part of the reason he drank.
Showing those private conversations, it would have been a betrayal of trust.
Aren't you even a little curious to know what they had to say about you, Alan?
Probably not.
It's private. When they want me to know, I'll know. When they feel safe to come forwards, they will. It should be up to them.
It is.
That's what freedom is supposed to mean. It's your life. You choose. That's what Disrupt want. Freedom. But not freedom from consequences. Nobody grows that way. We become sterile, like she made the rest of society. You should be in prison.
Oh, and by that token, so should you, Mr. James.
Have I made a choice to sway the public?
Elections in the territories. Election night will be 12 weeks from tonight. I believe, when they think of it, that the people will realise what they have gained and understand why they have lost that which they have had to lose.
You're deluded. You accidentally sterilised 4 out of 5 people. You'll be lucky if you're in charge of anything ever again.
Okay, well, I think we're going round in circles here.
It is in
If we
circles,
don't
I'll say
wrap up
that
soon,
much.
Our boss will fire us all. So, with the promise of elections in the spring, it seems we're nowhere near the end of this nation's story. At least from here on, there is hope it will be conducted with words instead of bullets. There will be recriminations, of course, and calls for revenge and punishment. But we do not need more hate.
No more
We
hate,
need
please.
truth and reconciliations. And hopefully that's what we will get. And then when we've listened, we will decide. All of us. One vote each. Anything to add, Jeremy?
I think you've got it covered.
Would you like to take us out?
You know, I really would.
I'd like that too. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Johnson. And from everyone here at the National Nightly News, have a... Let's make tomorrow better.
And we're out.
I'll be on the phone.
Yeah, let's get it out of there.
That'll be interesting. His daughter just gave birth to an unviable.
Are you coming out with us? Apparently, we're free to go.
You go.
So, Guys, it might be the end of, well, the DLC section of Not For Broadcast. I will be coming back to this game to keep playing over and over again. I love this game so much.
You wouldn't last 5 minutes. You're too honest for politics.
I will just be back to just keep playing this over and over again as long as I need until it all ends.
Thank you for letting me ruin your awful show.
Oh, I've got some hope that this new format won't be around long, especially when Bozeman sees the ratings tonight. Who knows, we might even do some real news.
I'm pretty sure you will.
In the new future, there's no need for secrets.
But don't make this a habit, okay? There's a list for guests. You book in. Let's do that next time. Thank you.
Now this time I'm gonna keep playing the credits again because I want you to see exactly my path to playing this. How I've affected the characters of this game to a point, because the credits of the main game do give you an epilogue sort of about how the main characters have played.
Nothing to do. And
15 minutes before the most important speech of my career, and I had stained my high-cut lady trousers. Waves of nervous nausea seized me, like Harry did on that night when I let him touch me.
Of course. Finish off with something nice, won't ya? It works. It just works.
Take a little time.
Yeah, the beginning of the game was a tutorial level, and you had the chance to fuck up Blunderclatch, which obviously first-time players will not. Jesus, I kind of, let him speak his truth. And Lil C, on the other hand, she, my disrupt moment kind of fucked her career.
Take a little time.
Sophia, I led on a good path, letting men have their own contraception pill, which led to success and led to this. Unfortunately, I've killed off the scientists. I did not want to do this, but surely the fates have to go their way. And of course, Mr. Handsleeves, I did not want him to die, but unfortunately it had to happen, so... Okay, so the idea was I led him on a path of love. He proposed on the spot in a restaurant to his love to him more. Did some sketchy shows. When the news came up that they were going to have a big wedding, they were preparing for this huge wedding, I went the neutral route of don't really care. So what did I make Johnny Hansley do? Try for a cannon shot. Ultimately, that ultimate reckless life would eventually lead to his demise, which you saw by his tombstone. So, yeah, I kind of fucked up in places. But it is what it is. And I'm just happy that I finished this game for the first time, even if it's just a second epilogue. There are still more that I can go through. We still need to find out what happened on my end with Prison Meal, with Electrocore, with my peace with yourself, and anything else I'm missing. I think that might be it.
Lay your knowledge out
oh yeah, Town of Bones. That's one of the first advertisements that was there, so it's like, did I ruin Motley or did I give him success? That's my question.
Take a little look.
So, I believe I made Helena slight success, but not enough for Red Hot.
See if the beliefs you hold certain.
Which isn't really
don't make you a horrible person.
It's either that, or if I think about it, treasure core going up, apparently. So, let's go for that success, apparently. There's definitely more to this than I can actually see. Crazy Neil, I've led success as well. So there's that. There's one more that we need into these credits. And I think I know which epilogue I'm getting because I remember I had been supporting Disrupt throughout this entire series. So I know exactly which one I might get. Funny enough, that might be the same one we actually got in this first part. Think like they're usually saying something? Oh, I have my mic way too far. There we go. So yeah, I was trying to tell you guys stuff about this thing and the Remington success, killed the scientist, killed hand sleeves, Wonder Clash successful, Jaysaw successful, Lil C bad. I made the other campaigners survive. Helena Canterbury Bochu was doing success on the death. And there's one more that we need to... There's one more we need to figure out, and that's the status of St. Bumley on the tank. But how are you guys doing while we're doing these creds? So it's really nice that you guys stick around this long. There it is. Bumley falling into further ruin. Any similarity to actual persons living or dead is purely coincidental, like Jordan Rankley with Gordon Ramsay or Alan James with Alex Jones. Anyways, I think I know which one I got. Yeah, I did.
And although this is our last broadcast here on One, we'd like to thank Disrupt's leadership for this chance to say a fond farewell to you, our loyal viewers. Disrupt TV will broadcast its first programming tomorrow with a documentary called Benefit Scroungers and the Undeserving Poor, followed by The Kyle Springle Show, where a lie detector reveals a man who married his sister's brother's niece's uncle, before closing out the night with One Nation News Max, where Chet Blaze will be asking, how many guns is enough? Well, all that remains to say is thank you. From all of us here at the National Nightly News and Channel 1. It's been an honour to inform and entertain you over the last 40 years. Thank you for letting us into your homes one last time. I'm Megan Wolfe. Good night and good luck.
To an extent, yes. Also, we didn't get the full one.
And although this is our last
we didn't get the full one. That's not the full thing.
We'd like to thank Disrupt's leadership for this chance to say a fond farewell to you, our loyal viewers. Disrupt TV will broadcast its first programming tomorrow with a documentary called Benefit Scroungers and the Undeserving Poor, followed by The Kyle Springle Show, where a lie detector reveals a man who married his sister's brother's niece's uncle before closing out the night with One Nation News Max, where
I mean,
Chet Blaze
British
will be
comedy
asking,
may be weird sometimes.
how many guns is enough?
But it's still good.
Well, all that remains to say is thank you. From all of us here at the National Nightly News and Channel 1. It's been an honour to inform and entertain you over the last 40 years. Thank you for letting us into your homes one last time. I'm Megan Wolfe. Good night and good luck.
Wait, that got cut off. That's not the full thing. What in the hell? Anyways, and a reminder that this would have been my epilogue. Definitely, if I'd played the tape, which I did last time, so here it is.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Dalton.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. Our main stories tonight.
The votes are in, and it's a decisive win for Accord. The new centralist party snatched victory from under the noses of the mainstream parties.
Incoming Prime Minister Fatima Chowdhury called Accord's win proof that the major parties had lost the trust of the nation and signalled the end of extremist politics.
Neither Advance nor Disrupt, who failed to garner even 10% of the vote between them, have released a statement.
Later, we'll be looking in detail at the election results across the nation before Jeremy brings us a report on the recent unrest in Valdez.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
I still don't get why this one got cut off. I figured I'll figure that out soon.
Good evening.
Anyways.
And I'm Jeremy Dalton. Our main headlines tonight.
Because the full thing, this is gonna be weird to think about. The full thing had a credits. The thing would cut to the Disrupt logo, and then it would say Disrupt TV's logo on it, and then static out. It didn't do that this time. What the fuck, game? Oh well. It is what it is, and we got the ending. But still, guys, this has been an incredible journey. Unfortunately, this also means I will be removing no signal from the channel point redemptions effective after the end of the stream. But guys, thank you all so much for coming on in. You guys are so heckin' sweet, so heckin' fresh. I could not have asked for better audience like yourselves, and thank you for $35 tonight for my confuzzled trip. You guys are really heckin' appreciated. It's a lot coming from somebody who might now see themselves as broke. Stick around, everybody. Send you off in a little raid, but before we do, Wall of Love coming on in. Thank you so much to... What do we got today? This is a big one. Where was the start of it? It was here. Malachi Gray Fang, total of 462 biddies with the addition from Twitch. Trinity G with the follow, and William Foxwolf also with the follow. Thank you guys so much for being your awesome selves, heckin' sweet beans, and I'll be back on Sunday. You guys voted for it in the Discord. I'm playing Property Damage. It's going to be heckin' fun. Let's find ourselves a raid target. Where shall we go? I think I might have a few places up my sleeve I could go. But really, you know, actually, there is one proof that I haven't had the chance to raid in forever, so let's just get the cute prute action going. And guys, let's go ahead and give our wonderful love to the wonderfully awesome Timidator75, currently playing Helldivers 2. Here's our raid message going out with. Guys, make sure you copy-paste that into my chat so I know you're ready for the raid. If you don't have my love emotes, you are free to use your own, but if you still want my love emotes, go ahead and unlock what channel points down below. The redeem is called Choose Emote to Unlock. Once unlocked, it is yours for 24 hours. And on that note, guys, make sure you guys go ahead and give Timidator the amazing Blue Boy Barker love that you guys give me every single stream. Love you guys so heckin' much. You guys are heckin' amazing. Keeping your awesome selves. I'll see you guys on Sunday for, yes, Citron, I said it, Property Damage. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. As always, I'll catch you guys in the next one for the road. Ow!